All right, we're in it, boys. We're in it. It's our fucking 4th of July, Independence Week spectacular. We got some new characters on the show. Regular host Derek had a family emergency, so he will not be able to make it. So, good vibes to him. Hope everything's good over there. Bailey is, I I think, mad Chase won, but
Being a
uh,
puss.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's us. We got Jacob's going to be on here in a few minutes. Cody might be on here, but I figured, this is the week we celebrate our nation's independence. Chase Elliott is back in victory lane. Let's see. One of the best races. We'll get into obviously everything. One of the best races I've seen but I'll throw the takeout right here just to get started. Best race of the next gen era. Like, is that crazy to say? Like,
I don't think so.
Maybe
one of
there's
the
some really
best
good ones in
NASCAR
there.
races I've ever seen in person. But
I literally just finished watching it, like reviewing it, not from a live perspective. So it was one of the coolest races on TV, let alone being there live. It was awesome.
The coverage was fantastic.
Yeah, and that's yeah, we'll have to ask AJ and Phil just like the TNT. I watched the replay back, but like the replay on NASCAR's YouTube channel is more like it doesn't have like the full like graphics and everything for TNT. It's got like more generic stuff. So I guys curious about the TNT coverage. We'll get into that. And by the way, so everybody watching this, when we're live on the Left Turn Cult channel, we're live on Rose 1 through 10 Twitter, and we're live on Rose 1 through 10 YouTube. If you're watching, please give it a retweet, subscribe, like, whatever, whatever you can. Because yeah, we're gonna have a fun show tonight. But I wanted to introduce Nick real quick. AJ and Phil, I feel like you guys are well known in these circles. So you guys need no
Somewhat well known, bro. We're like the ones that you don't tell your kids about and don't tell your parents about.
We're those redheaded stepchildren,
Yeah, like we're that house on the corner that you tell your kids to stay away from.
So fair enough. But Nick is probably a lot of people are if they're in this circle and on our Twitter and they've never seen Nick before and he's not active on Twitter either. So but great friend of mine, Nick is. Let me just give some backstory to Nick. Nick is one of the most diehard, dedicated race fans I know. Not trying to blow your dick too hard on here, but I'll give you a solid introduction because it's warranted. You see the Talladega Darlington tattoos. You got the Chase tattoo too. Show them that.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in the wool, and Nick runs about 18 different NASCAR different fantasy leagues, and dude keeps full Excel spreadsheets for every single league, keeps points. I have to go get the prop real quick while we're doing this. He is the designer of the championship belt of our triple threat league that I've been lucky enough to win. He came up with that bad boy and the design for it.
That's a sick belt.
That was all him. Yeah, that's all Nick that made that happen. AJ, because you took a picture of me with this at Daytona.
I did.
So
It's
you
a
know
sick
about
belt.
it.
Yeah, it was 2 months of design and probably another month for them to make it and ship it out to me.
Phil, we need something like that for our weekly picks.
I was lucky enough to be the inaugural champion of this thing and
current leader this year as well. So
how are you going to make your own league, create a belt, and you don't even win it the first year? You got to give it to this guy.
Well, this guy's just too damn good. I mean, he's 300 points ahead of second place, and we can't catch him. I just worked my way up to 3 points behind second place.
Boy, been using a shit out of Byron lately. Byron, Larson, Hamlin.
Well, we do a draft at the start of the year, so we have a team for the whole year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about NASCAR fantasy.
No. So we draft teams at the start of the year. we went to our buddy Chris's house, who I stayed at this weekend. Shout out to Chris. If Chris is tuning into this, you're the fucking man. We love Chris.
Oh,
But yeah, we went to his house at the start of the year. We do a draft, and it's you can pick any driver, any series, whenever. But your lineup is 5 Cup drivers, 4 Xfinity drivers, and 3 Truck Series drivers. And so we did like a full draft, like a fantasy football league, basically. And like once you do that, you keep your same team the whole year. If like a drivers didn't get drafted and they're available, you can pay like $25 to swap out and pick up a driver that's available if you want to. If one of your drivers sucks, like I did earlier this year, I swapped out Todd Gilliland because he was bringing up the rear for me.
This is interesting. I'm getting ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it was a concept that me and my buddy Mark came up with, and 2 years ago, before we even started this thing, we actually did like a mock draft to see if it would actually work out and everything. And then we were trying to get extra bodies to play this thing, and so I was like, well, Travis Parks watched Truck and Xfinity, so I think he'd be perfect for this, not knowing that he was going to kick our ass. So, if he wasn't holding the belt right now, I'd probably kick him out of the league because he's too good.
Well, yeah, luckily, hopefully I can hold on the rest of the, because I almost gave it up at the end. I had like a 500 point.
That is true. It came down to the wire last year between you and the other Travis.
Yeah, I had like a 500 point lead, and it got down to like 100 points by the time it was all said and done. Like it was, if there was a few more weeks in the season, I might have been in trouble. But yeah, so Nick's the man. We're happy to have him on here for the first time, and like all 3 of you for the first time. But AJ and Phil, obviously the hosts of the Clean Air Show, also here on Sectator Media, part of our whole shindig we got going, and so yeah, they're the boys. But yeah, I've never had AJ and Phil on here. Phil, I didn't even know Phil was coming on. He was a last second addition.
Neither did I.
Phil was real.
Neither did I, bro. AJ said, "Hey, come bullshit while we're waiting for everybody." And next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, you're on the show." All right, cool.
Well, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you guys on. And I need to return the favor and get on with you guys at some point.
We tried.
AJ, you did is Gamers Do Sports still alive? Is that ever coming back, or
We'll discuss that later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, so I've been on your previous show before. So Nick, is this your first NASCAR podcast of any?
Nope.
Okay, so you've been on podcasts before.
I used to co-host one with Joa, and it was called Sundays for NASCAR. It's on YouTube, and we tried to kind of stay away from like NASCAR reviews after the races, and tried to focus more on like live stuff while we were there. And it got a little bit difficult, but it was the 1 year that I hit the most racetracks like in a single year, which was 12 races. Most of the time I'm usually going to like 4 or 5, but that year I went to 12, and we did like, I don't know, basically a live review of the race as it was happening. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work.
Bro's green screen just kicked in on the
It did. I saw that.
We got the code man in the house too, with Chase Elliott behind him. Like,
Go give it a kiss. Go give it a kiss.
Up, Chase?
All right, yeah. Let me get my hold on. My speakers are all wonky. Okay, hold on.
Hey,
Did you steal that thing from Walmart?
It maybe disappeared from the Walmart in Fort Worth, Texas in 2022.
Just walk out of a fucking Walmart with a cardboard cutout.
It may or may not have. Hold on.
I almost did the exact same thing in Hampton at the Walmart pretty close by. I was going to ask. I was like, hey, can I just have this thing? I'm pretty sure a Walmart employee would be like, yeah, fuck, I don't care.
Cody didn't even ask. Yeah. It was just the most awkward run out of front door you've ever seen.
Honestly, dude, my entire life, that is the worst thing that I've ever done. I swear to God.
Dude, so like I worked for Coca-Cola for like 6 or 7 months, and like probably a month after I stopped working for Coke is when Chase signed with Coke as one of the Coke family drivers. So I called the bosses that mind you, I quit like a month before, and I called I was like, hey, I got a question. You guys have any Chase Elliott stuff that comes by? Can I get my? And it was just like, yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, we'll get back to you about that.
I did the same thing at a Napa store one time.
Yeah, they'll take your name and number down.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good in the moment, but in reality, they're never gonna fucking call you. It's gonna end up in the dumpster.
They throw that shit away as soon as you walk out.
Dude,
Yep.
100%.
Out of spite.
You know what I used to do is at like Buffalo Wild Wings and Hooters when they put up the posters for the UFC fights. If I'm ever there watching like a fight that's happening, I always go up to the bartenders and be like, "Can I have one of those posters?" And like they'll go ask the manager and be like, "Yeah, sure, the fight's on right now, so we don't need it anymore." So like I have like at my parents' house like a couple of like the old like UFC posters. Like I have a McGregor Habib one. I have a GSP.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, I have a GSP Miocic one. Like I have a few of the old UFC posters up in the house. I have another one, Amanda Nunes versus one of her fights. I got a poster from. Like that used to always be like my go-to move for shit like that for promotional material.
Oh, dude, once you get in like that, like after they give you a couple, you're just a shoe-in. You're always going to be the guy they call for that stuff. Like you're just a regular.
They roll their fucking eyes every time they see you walk through the door.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I was at a Buffalo Wild Wings for Mayweather McGregor, and I asked for one, and they're like, "Yeah, we're selling them for $20." And I was like, "I'm good. I don't think I need to pay $20 for that shit."
Those cashiers were trying to get some beer money.
All right, we got member. No, oh shit, is Jacob here or not? Like the suspense.
Do you care if I straighten up the layout here a little
Please
bit?
do. Please do.
Please, Mr. Boss Man, do what you got to do.
While you're doing that, let me go read. Somebody talk while I'm retweeting all these.
Well, all right, I'll take advantage of this one here. Speaking of
God knows you're gonna fill the air.
a bunch of airheads in here. Anyway, Phil knows that the Napa poster I've got here in the man cave, the Chase one. I tried to get one from Napa when they first came out, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we can't do that. Sorry, they're already spoken for." And I'm like, "Whatever." Went on eBay and found one for like $80, and I did pay $80 for it after I won the championship. I was like, I wanted it that bad. That was on my unhinged eBay days.
I think in relation to that kind of thing, I think the only thing that I've ever like been stupid about and bought like secondhand after I couldn't get a hold of it was a record one time. Like I wanted like the first issuing of an album, and I paid up for it.
Which album?
Stupid. It was a 21 Pilots album.
Of course it was.
I'll go fuck myself. Sorry, I like a band, dude.
Dude, I paid up this weekend. This might be. I mean, it wasn't secondhand, but it was kind of expensive. But one of my favorite purchases I've ever made. I bought the set, like from when Chase's Darlington throwback last year. Like, I have no regrets about this. Like, this set is fucking sick, dude.
That is nice. Yeah.
Like,
where'd you get that?
Yeah, fucking met Chase on Friday. Got the autograph on there.
Did you buy that at a track or did you buy that online?
No, I bought it at the rig because you had to buy like a die cast to get like a wristband.
I think I was with you when you, or did you just buy those?
I just bought those.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Ignore me.
But I got the fucking Talladega win from 2022 signed too, which is part of like what made Chase winning this weekend so great. Got to fucking meet him on Friday. Like that was awesome.
While I'm here, as an honorary Chase Elliott fan, with some other like actual real diehard been through the ringer Chase Elliott fans, how do you guys feel?
Minus me.
Yeah, I didn't think. I just got the vibe that you weren't a big Chase guy.
Nah, not really.
Yeah. I only am like kind of. It started as a meme for me, but then I like grew to actually like the guy. I'm just not like constantly cheering for him, right?
Neither am I.
But as true blue Chase Elliott fans, how do you guys feel about having to buy merch to get an autograph?
I don't.
You won't do it.
I stand
I
on
won't
a
do it.
very firm platform on this one.
Yeah, I'm not
So
I'm not big into autographs, to be honest with you.
I get that.
But I'm more of a flag collector, more than like a die cast or hat
Okay.
or shirt or anything. Like, dude, this shirt is like 5 years old at this point, and I have not bought anything Chase ever since.
I think this was in the Walmart 2020 run.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm all for that. Oh, Bailey's coming in. Oh my god! Are you in a wind tunnel?
Look at all these gluggers in here. Fuck me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking morphed out of nowhere. God damn. Fucking shout
Are
out
you in a
Matt
wi-
Simpson.
Shout out Mount Kensington
Shout out
one
Mount
time.
That's a fucking sick
Fuck it,
shirt.
man, why not?
That's a fucking sick shirt.
I know it is, bro. I got a fucking face in the back. I can't even
Bailey.
Way to stay relative.
What year did Matt Kenseth win the championship?
Fuck if I know. It's a cool shirt.
03.
I don't give a fuck.
It's a cool shirt.
I started
He's got the
watching
hat to
21.
match.
He was
No,
like
I don't.
Malik
It's a
Neighbors
Hornets
wearing.
hat.
It's a Hornets hat, actually.
Oh.
He was
That
like
would've been
Malik
sick if
Neighbors
that was
wearing
a
the
Crown
Jeff
Royal
Gordon
hat.
jacket.
Hey,
Like
I only
Malik
bought this
Neighbors
hat
was
because
at the.
Dalton Connect got traded. And then he got traded back to LA, and then I was stuck with a Hornets hat. So, hold on. Let me throw an AirPod in.
What happened to Jacob? Hold on, let me text him real quick. He was like,
Okay, so real quick, whoever was answering this, I think Nick, it was you. I think you were in the middle of talking about it.
No, I mean, yeah, I refuse to spend that much money on a die cast just to get it signed, honestly. And if I was in Parks' situation, I would have got
Just to get it signed by a guy who won't even fucking smile with his teeth in the picture.
Like,
yeah, that's a subject to controversy, and apparently he's a dick because he doesn't smile with his teeth in pictures.
I mean, that cutout behind Cody's got his teeth in it.
I can't, but I made him.
look at it.
Give it a little smooch, Cody. Give it a little smooch.
Hey, has he got a lazy eye in that?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Hey, you know what? Shawn Michaels had a lazy eye too, and he's like the best performer in the wrestling
Yeah,
world.
you just a little sideways on a couple
Hey,
feature
I've got,
music. That's all.
I've got a lazy eye too. That's why I like it.
Hey,
He's got a soft
My
spot for
favorite
me.
driver has one of the worst lazy eyes you'll ever see, bro. He can look out the front windshield and look out the side mirror at the same time.
It's an unfair advantage. I've said that
I mean-
numerous times.
That's just what makes him better, dude. Better
Cody,
peripheral vision.
I wanted to say
Anyways.
about the autograph wristband thing though. So my only complaint is that like it has to be a die cast. Like I wish it could just be spend this amount of money and get it, which is how which is what like most of the teams do. But I do like that they're doing the wristbands this year. I just wanted to say because if they didn't do the wristbands, it would be like Joey Dickhead, who's just there to get autographs, would roll up with we've seen the guys with like the tubs of die casts and like binders of trading cards. So
Taking
like,
out 3 layers of die casts in one tote.
yeah,
To get to
like
the one.
so I would rather pay money and like guarantee that I get a chance to meet the guy, and then like that's that's the true fans who are going to spend money on that because like
What if they
like
just
some-
banned like the fucking totes?
like
No personal
I mean,
affection
even
sign.
though you're paying for a die cast, people still show up with the totes. Because that happened when I met Josh Berry. I mean, fucking went to go buy a hat, and I was like, they're like, you
Well,
want to spend? I was like,
but they
okay,
get
okay.
those for
And then some
free.
dude showed up with some fucking like goddamn tote full of like
That
3
was
die
free
casts.
though. For that one.
That one?
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
for
they
you
gave
guys.
me
Yeah,
one.
well, yeah,
'cause
okay,
I
even
didn't
better.
watch
There we
it.
go. But hey,
Yeah.
if you're an Hensley fan, you got to pay $120.
Well,
for
my-
a die cast.
My problem with the whole diecast thing is this. When you have guys who have their own trailers, like Chase does, like Kyle Larson does, and then you also, on the flip side, require your fans to pay $100 for a diecast to go view them. These guys are already making the most in merchandise sales that weekend. Don't be greedy like that, especially upfront greedy
Yeah.
like that,
But-
and require them to now also pay money to meet the guy.
but this is
Now we finally
this is-
won, so it's going to be you got to buy 2 die casts to do the
Yeah, you got to buy 2 diecasts.
Yeah.
Got to keep those winning
Yeah,
ways.
it's a sweet
But this-
deal.
But like generally the reason is because like if you do that, then like you're guaranteed a chance to meet the guy, and you don't have to get there like 3 hours early to wait in line and like hope you get a chance. So it's like no, they have a certain amount of wristbands. This is how you get them, and that avoids the situation where it's like it's like because it should be kind of like locked down like that. I feel like where it's like I wouldn't pay for a fucking Christopher Bell diecast to go meet him, but if Christopher Bell was in there doing one for free, I might go wait and meet him. But like you kind of like lock it down to like the people who are actually a fan of that driver and actually like want to meet him if you do it that way. That's what I
mean,
like about it.
That's a good point. When I went to Indy last
Can
year,
I pause for 1 second? I promise I'm not being a dick. Bailey, will you just mute yourself in between, like whenever you're talking?
Oh yeah, I'm almost done anyway. I was just gonna say, what a fuck of a race, man! Amazing race. Atlanta, I think, shocked us all again with another banger. Make some quick picks real quick. Fuck it, SVG Sunday. I'm picking it before everyone else can, so whatever. Anyways, have a good show. Love y'all, and I'm gonna go to Nashville now.
Godspeed, buddy.
All
Be
right,
safe.
Deuces.
All right, go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
when I went to Indy, it was a chance to meet like a whole bunch of Chevy drivers. So I think it was Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, and then at the very end was Jeff Gordon. And I got there like an hour before and like got right there in the front where they were just like sitting up on a pedestal, basically just talking, having an interview or something like that. Anyway, they'd like walk around and sign some stuff for you, whatever. This was totally free, by the way. I mean, infield at Indy is completely free. You can just kind of like walk around wherever you want. And we just wound up standing there for like 3 hours listening to all these shitty driver interviews. They were not very good, to be honest with you. But anyway, everybody came around and
terrible. Like
everybody came around and signed it or whatever. But I was there for Jeff Gordon, and he went the opposite direction. So I stood there for 3 hours not to get the autograph that I was there for. But I did get Chase to sign it, so I'll take it.
Phil tried to meet Mr. Hendrick once.
I'm
after
just
Kyle
jumping in
Larson
those-
threw it away at Homestead.
Mr. H.
He walked right the fuck by. Basically gave a bird while he was walking by.
Hey, I met Rick at Indy a couple years ago. We were sitting in the grandstand where it was like you know how at Indy they have the grandstand that's like inside of pit road. So it's like we're behind like a fence where pit road is, and I saw Rick standing down there, and I had a Hendrick Cars hat that I bought earlier that day, and I was with Bailey. I was like, that's fucking Rick Hendrick down there. So I ran down there, and it was like Mr. H, and I was like, can you sign this hat? And like his guy like takes the hat and like yanks it through the hole in the fence, and Mr. H like signed it for me, and I told him because like one of my buddies has like some like distant family relation to Rick Hendrick. So like I told Mr. H about that when I was meeting him. I was like, hey, like one of my buddies is like he lives in Alabama, like his dad owns a car lot, and he's like, oh, that's cool, like good dude, sign the hat. So
He looked at Travis like he might have been a Make-A-Wish kid in that moment. He's like, oh, that's really
that's what
nice.
Bailey said too.
No, he was thinking this guy smells like Bud Heavy and fucking Camel.
Hey, don't hate on those Camel Crush, bros.
Hey, Nick is a fellow Bud Heavy drinker, by the way. I just needed to point that out.
I don't know how. Nick, do you crush them too?
Oh yeah. I mean,
I don't understand how.
I mean, I used to like big time, not as much anymore, but yeah, Bud Heavy was always my drink of choice.
That's metal as fuck.
Jacob's in the house now, by the way. He was also at Atlanta, and he's going to Chicago this weekend too. So we got
yes.
Oh, you're doing the back-to-back?
Yeah, I am. But I was going to be in Indiana anyway for the 4th of July, so I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and buy Indy or not Indy, but Chicago tickets.
You
Do you have a
South
GA?
guys.
Wait, what?
Do you have GA or like reserve seating for it?
GA, just GA.
That's how I would do it.
I feel like you get a better experience just walking around, kind of.
I did look because I went last year and I had GA. I did look on the map just out of curiosity. They expanded the GA area this year.
Did they?
Mhm.
There's like more viewing spots for if you have a GA
There's
ticket
like
than there were last year.
There's like 3 or 4, I think, like big areas.
Well, what it is like there's a big field. In the last 2 years, it's been like the concert field where they've done all the concerts. So like the stage for the concert was like fucking huge. So like you couldn't really like see anything in the race in that field. But they're doing the concerts on the front stretch this year. So and like that, they're turning that field into like a viewing area for the race rather than like the concert field. By the way, Dave Moody, I was listening to it on the way home to Sirius, and he was like, there's going to be a lot of people coming into Chicago just to see the concert. And it's like, I don't think that many people are going to Chicago, like the Chicago street race, to see Zach Brown band. Like,
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No,
Dude, I feel
nothing-
like Zach Brown's kind of like at that level of like,
He's the Ed
People-
Sheeran of country music.
right? People like would probably go to the race literally just because it's cheaper to see him there than it is to buy like a Zach Brown ticket.
Dude, I went to Kenny Chesney last year and paid like $50 for a ticket, and Zach Brown band was opening for him.
Really?
God,
Yeah.
it seems like
I
expensive
feel-
to even see
I-
Kenny Chesney.
I feel like Zach Brown band, like some of their shine is worn off.
Yeah,
over
ever
the
since he
last,
made
like,
that
5
rap
years.
album.
Yeah.
Wait, he made
Zach-
a rap album? I missed
Yeah,
that.
he had a solo rap album. Like,
Zach
Jesus.
Brown had like a midlife crisis in record form.
have you guys heard any of that album? Like,
No, I didn't know he had a rap album
Yeah,
on his
it's
own.
a-
I know they
it's a-
did the what was it? Jekyll and Hyde album.
look up after this. It's like the funniest song on there. It's called like Swayze, and it's just like Zach Brown rapping, and he's just like, "I'm Patrick Swayze, bitch." Like,
Why?
is it
If
good?
I'm gonna like maybe go over some people's heads if you've never seen Trailer Park Boys, but why did I just immediately think of Conky saying Patrick Swayze? Patrick Swayze.
The Swayze Express.
Holy shit! Well, we got
that's a callback.
we got 3 of the 4 of us were at Atlanta this weekend, and then so we
Sorry
got
that
plenty
Phil
of,
and I don't have freaking 2-hour drives to Atlanta. It's more like 7 for us.
I had a 2.5 hour drive. I
I'll-
just want to make that clear.
I'm the in between. Mine was like 4.5 hours.
Mine's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Cody, where were you this weekend? Why aren't you there?
I wanted to go real bad. I always want to go to Atlanta. That is my favorite track on the circuit. Out of every track
Maybe
I've been
now.
to, it's like Yeah.
Within the last like 4 years, it wasn't
After
before. I
repay.
guarantee you.
yeah, no. I went to the final 2 like old surface Atlanta races, and they were fucking terrible.
So
No, the
long
last
and
one
so
was good. That
boring.
was the Kurt and Kyle battle. That
Yeah.
one was good. Like,
It was but I mean Ross helped Kurt win there.
he did. He did.
And then Blaney and Larson, and then Larson got stuck in the Penske gangbang, and then Blaney passed him, and then just dominated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. After the repave, New Atlanta to me is just, dude, the best fucking racing product from the
So
first race on that new configuration to last Saturday. Like best racing in my opinion.
Dude,
But I wanted to go. It's just the cards weren't falling right. I am like close to starting a job, so it's like trying to like stay above water monetarily while I'm waiting to start the job. Like it's just a trip like that. So spontaneous, wasn't budgeted.
Yeah.
I need to correct this conversation. It was Echo Park, not Atlanta.
No,
my-
no one's calling it that.
We stopped going to Atlanta. We now go to Echo Park
No
Speedway.
one's calling it that.
Hey, I saw an interview with Chase. It was like one of like the local news channels after the race, and they asked him. They were like, "How do you feel to be the first winner at Echo Park Speedway?"
I
And
knew
Chase-
somebody was going to say that. The
And
first
Chase is-
winner.
Chase is just like, well, I do all my car shopping at Hendrick Automotive and HendrickCars.com.
The-
So it's still Atlanta to me. Like,
Such a good answer, dude. I would.
Why
love
is
to
his
see
local
how
news
Hendrick-
station answers so much better than his regular TV answers?
Dude, I can't get over. I don't want to like jump too far into it, but how excited he was when he got out of that race car. I was super excited for him.
Dude, it was the crowd. I'm telling you.
That-
dude,
The whole
That was a-
atmosphere of the crowd was
I
so
bet that place
loud.
was so fucking electric.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
dude, when I was like, so we were up like under the overhang, so we had like the poles kind of like blocking us. So like the last lap, when I saw Chase had a chance to win, I started like jumping down the rows so I could get like low enough to where like the poles wouldn't be in my video. And like when he won, I was just like pounding the fucking chair in front of me like as hard as I could. Like, let's fucking go, let's fucking. And like my hand was like fucking red from like beating on the chair so hard.
People immediately had their phones ready for when Travis, like for Travis.
I
I
bet.
forget.
like yeah, well I went down. I kept going down because I got like as low as I could where I wasn't like blocking people trying to get out because like I wanted to get like as close like for the burnout video as I could. And but yeah, dude, I like me and Jacob were supposed to do a basketball podcast on Sunday, and like I could not talk Sunday or Monday. I was like, it's not happening. Boys. Like,
He
I
came like
was like,
running up the grandstands to like jump on me or whatever, and I had no idea that he was coming. About gave me a freaking heart attack or whatever because I was still just I don't know on cloud nine because Chase just won. It's probably like honestly the second most important Chase win that I've been to live, and I think I've been to 4 or 5 Chase wins, but that one was like that was a close second. Nothing's gonna beat the Roval when he like ran into the wall, came back and won that race, and did the burnout in the same spot. That was
were you at that one?
I was at that one. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
It was sweet. I mean, it happened right in front of me too. Like where my seats were like right there at turn 1. It was cool.
I mean, technically, it's the second time I've gotten to see him win this because I was at Bowman Gray too, so I got to see that.
Nice.
And then, but yeah, I've gotten to go to like a few good ones, like both Atlantas, Talladega. I was there.
Yeah.
You were probably at that Talladega.
I was at both of those too. Yeah.
Both Dega wins.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I was at Dover in 2018, his second career win.
Oh, nice.
I was at that one. So I've gotten lucky to see a few of them. I mean, I like Chase and Kyle. Everybody who knows me, like those are the two guys I root for, and I've gotten pretty lucky over the years to get to see both of them win quite a few races. And I mean, you can't beat the feeling when it happens and you're there in person.
yeah,
That's true. I mean, you really got to like take the moment in because most of the time, at least in my experience, it's usually Denny Hamlin or Joey Logano winning the race when I'm there
Oh
live,
my
and I'm
gosh.
like, this freaking sucks.
but Denny Hamlin at Bristol, like he has like some of the most biggest buzzkill wins.
Jacob, you don't get to
Bristol.
say shit. We all had to fucking go to Bristol and watch Kyle Larson lead 800 laps that weekend and win both races. And you're like, and the rest of us were like, this fucking sucks.
Well, I had to go
Good
through.
race.
I had to go through years of pain to get to that point. So
He's won the last
Years
two
of
races
pain.
there. What do you mean?
yeah, I didn't ever get
It
to
was
see
one year. It
Tony.
was 2020.
I never got to see Tony win a race in person, and I've been a fan of Kyle Larson since like 2013. So
I was
I'll
at
never
the
forget,
Club
like, that-
600 back in 2021 when Kyle Larson dominated that race, all but like 20 laps or something. I was like, this is the most boring race I've ever been to.
Ryan, I grew up going to Richmond. I'm from that area. I'm from Maryland, so I don't think I'm gonna make it this year. But I grew up going to Richmond. That was one of my tracks growing
I kind
up.
of want to go back to Richmond. It's
I
kind of it's
don't.
on my heart a little bit.
I don't. I have no desire to go back to that place.
That's one
The
track
place
I've
fucking
never
sucks.
been to.
So I went there. It was the playoff race in 22. I went there. It was the double header, the one where Junior ran earlier in the day. That's why I went, was for Junior. I didn't care really about the Cup, but I really enjoyed it a lot more in person than I expected to, because even as a kid, dude, even like summer nights on TNT when they raced at Richmond, fuck that. I hated it as a kid. Now looking back, I was kind of stupid because that was incredible. But I enjoyed it. I would like to make it back sometime.
I'll
Dude,
be honest, I wish I was at that Richmond race where Austin Dillon took out Hamlin and Joey Logano. I would
Oh
have
my
like give him the win. I don't care.
Dude, that was just like,
yeah, if you would have been there for that one, that would have been cool to be at.
I would have loved it. Same thing with like with 2015 Martinsville when Jeff Gordon won his last race or whatever to lock himself in the championship, and Matt Kenseth took out Joey Logano. That's the one race that I wish I would have like. I regret not going to.
Is Joey like your mortal enemy?
He is my least favorite for sure.
Okay, respect.
me and Nick are the same too. It's Joey and Denny for both of us.
Me as well.
Denny, don't disrespect the GOAT.
Joey and Denny
The
are
GOAT to
opposite.
never win a championship.
Mine's Joey and Larson.
Oh, it's not Chase.
No, I don't actually dislike Chase. I think Chase is a hell of a driver. He's just not my driver.
Yeah,
Dude,
same
I
here.
went up.
That's how I feel about Chase.
I went up Sunday because I was staying at Chris's, and it was only like 40 minutes up the road from Chris's. So I went up Sunday and went to Dawsonville. I was like, this is a good bookend of the weekend. I'm gonna go eat a burger at the pool hall and walk around the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame and like just kind of like soak it in one more time before I go home. And it was like the perfect like bookend of the weekend. It was I'm sure everybody can like attest to this where like because like we're all diehard race fans and you go through phases where it's like just as a race fan you kind of like we all love it, but you like your fandom is like more passionate at sometimes than it is other times, and other times you just kind of get in like the who gives a fuck mood about it. And like that was a race this weekend, like not just because of Chase won, but like we had a lot of fun tailgating in the parking lot and like just hanging out, and it was like such a great race. I was mesmerized, and like that was the race. And like I said, I'm sure everybody has had this kind of experience where it just like rejuvenated like all my fandom of NASCAR and like reminded me like why I love this shit so much.
For one weekend, I maybe not want to test the weight capacity of my ceiling fan.
But I mean, just everything about that was great. I mean, it was just like, and yeah, we'll get into like more into the racing stuff. But it's just like I could not. I I was at Bristol earlier this year, and it was just fucking garbage. Like Cody took a snap of me. I was on my phone more than I was actually watching the race because it was so fucking boring. And like this one, I was just like, I couldn't fucking take my eyes off what I was watching. Like just those moves guys were making, and like watching guys like telegraph the moves they had to make like a lap in advance, and like the suck up moves guys were making where they would get the run off the quarter panel in the front stretch and then go into turn one, and like those moves guys were making were just fucking awesome. And I think this Atlanta track has reached like this perfect point where like it's worn out enough where it's like you still get the super speedway elements obviously as we did, but it's like guys like really have to work to make these moves though. It's not just like a typical like super speedway race. It
feels like old Daytona.
Yeah, it's a great comparison. And I think like when they first repaved Atlanta, they like said, like Marcus said, like out loud, like that reference old Daytona, like that was the goal of like what they wanted this place to be.
That's why I refer to it as Daytona.
I like that. That's good.
But like, go ahead.
I was gonna say the racing at Atlanta has really come into its own on the reconfiguration. Just kind of like the draft you can get, the moves you can make down in the corners. Watching like Chase and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ryan Preece and all those guys at the end, just like
Brad,
absolutely throwing haymakers at each other for like the last 20 laps and all throughout the race.
How great was it that we had a long run to the end?
Oh my God. I was so glad there was like no caution.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
I was too, because when I was watching the review or whatever, it was like, I think it said 10 cautions at like 70 laps or something. I was like, good Lord, we've had way too many cautions. Yeah. But the last 40 were run under green. So that was cool.
Yeah. I guess when half the field is out as well, I mean, that
it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Dude, that moment when Chase and Busher banged doors on the front stretch. Awesome. My God. Like, I was like, like that fucking stopped me in my tracks. And like, I had Chase's scanner on and they're on the radio like, easy. And I was like, oh shit. Like, dude, that fucking like took the fucking life out of me for a second. Like, holy shit.
That was a hard
crazy. Yeah. Like, because I watched the broadcast back and like I don't think the broadcast did that justice of like how hard they hit. We're like, dude, they looked like they were going
tire mark.
Yeah. Which is like going to be beautiful for the diecast, by the way, when that comes out. But like that was like insane when that that's one of the, for as much as people dog the next gen. Like, that's a moment where if that happened in the old car, like, both cars would have had flat tires immediately, and their race would have been done. And that was, like, a moment where, like, the next gen actually, like, I was like, okay, thank God we have this car in this situation.
Yeah, they didn't even like slow down. They didn't lose any positions or anything. They just like, I mean, almost perfectly.
Yeah, dude, it could have
smacked
been
together
so
and
much
kept going.
worse. Yeah.
So how do you guys as as Chase fans, and just like anybody in general with like, because it's like immediately he wins this race, and it's like the whole perception of everything changes immediately. Where it's like, and I don't know how you guys feel like it's like where it- all there's been so much talk about like what's wrong with Chase. Does Allen need to go? And I've contributed to that myself sometimes and been like pissed off about Allen. And it's like, but he's been having a good year and getting good finishes and like had the best average finish in the series. Like hasn't finished outside the top 20 and had a good year last year too. Like very consistent, like up there in points. And it's like, but that conversation was still happening of like, what's wrong with the 9 team, this, that, and the other. And it's immediately he wins this race. And like, I listened to the radio today and like everybody's just like, oh, like they're killing it. They're red hot right now. And it's like, it's crazy how like one win can change like the whole perception. Like AJ, I know you were saying like before we came on, you were like, it's great, like I'm happy, but like they gotta keep it going. But I mean, like he's been having a good year, and like, and that's why part of the reason it was like I loved it so much is that like I feel like it gives some validity to like him having a good year now, and now they have a trophy to put behind that too, on top of all the consistency and been like, yeah, we've won a race, like where we got the best average finish in the series. He's second in points now, like, and it's like I said, it's just crazy how one win can change that whole perception, and yeah, just curious how everybody kind of feels about where he's at now.
In my opinion, as not a Chase fan, I think it's honestly like that win puts him there. But like AJ was saying, he's got to keep it going. You're saying he's had a good year. I think it's going to take a great year.
It's going to take a great year. And the problem with the 9 team this year is like it's all well and good that they have these great finishes and they're finishing the top 20, however X many number of races, and he's completed every lap but one on the lead lap this year. If you continue to unload slow on Saturdays and qualify poorly on Saturdays, you're not going to have the finishes on Sunday. You can get them at Atlanta, Daytona, Talladega, but when you come to tracks, like these road course races we've got coming up, or New Hampshire or Dover, and you're qualifying that 18th to 15th range or 20th, you're battling all day long just to finish inside the top 10 at that point. So imagine how many more races this guy'd be in contention to win if he'd qualify in the top 10 on Saturdays and they get the setup right. So I do still think Allen is part of the problem. Do I think they need to fire him and let him go? No. I just think that we've come to the point in Hendrick Motorsports where Alan Gustafson needs to take like a Chad Knaus role that needs to be offered to him, and they need to promote Adam Wall from the Xfinity Series to the 9 team. That's just what I think. That's my own personal belief. But if you continue to unload slow on Saturdays, the results aren't going to be there on Sundays.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I think this is just a good string of races for Chase right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean he's third at Pocono, fifth at or third at Mexico, fifth at Pocono. Had winning speed at Michigan, and that was one Allen just pissed away with the strategy.
Yeah, that was pretty upsetting.
But like you said, it's a good string of races though, and but they needed this win, like they needed a 1 in the win column to back it up, and now you look and it's like, well, Byron's the points leader and they've been the best car all year and leading a ton of laps, and it's like, and he like they're having a great year, but he's like in the same boat, like only has 1 win to show for it.
Clean air,
yeah,
that's Daytona.
If Byron DNFs one time, Chase is right there. That's all it's going to take is 1 DNF by Byron, and Chase is going to be like right there in points. Because I think, what is it? It's like 36 points he's behind.
It's not
everybody
far,
gained on Byron on
Yeah,
Saturday.
everybody gained
behind
on
Byron.
Byron. Well, it's kind of like the same thing with Bell. Bell started off hot, and then what happened to him?
But it's
I think Bell's just going to be just fine. I think Bell will be all right.
I think so too.
Well, I'm not.
He's
I'm
just
not
kinda
saying that.
coasting.
I'm not saying that Bell's
This
not
point.
going to be okay. I'm just wondering where he's at. Oh, 37. That was close.
I think that's what you said. You got it. Like,
I said 36, but I was just
oh,
That
being a
lap
bit too
sled on
optimistic.
Chase is
That's very
glaring to the
telling.
rest of the top 5. Well, I guess besides Bell, top 4.
What's crazy to me is Brian Blaney is still 7th with 6 DNFs on the year. That is nuts.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Those
I mean-
348 lap sled go a long way.
That is a third of the races that he has not finished, and he's
Well, and you
still
guys saw
7th.
too, is the Winston Cup points, quote unquote, like the real format, the real championship. Like, and Chase is now the leader in the fake Winston Cup points that people still keep track of because that's the real championship, and he's the leader in that now.
Yeah, it only moved Chase up above Chastain with that win because he doesn't have any stage wins, so no more extra playoff points for Chase. But he's so close. If he can win the regular season, it's another 15 points, even without all the wins.
I mean, he almost won it last year, the regular season.
Yeah,
He was very close to it last year. And that's what I mean. And then I get what AJ's saying. It's like, and I totally agree. Like, they do need to qualify better. And like, that's been an issue throughout Chase's entire career. Like, if you just look at like, if you go to Racing Reference and just look at all the poles he's won in his career, it's all like road courses and super speedways. Like, he's just never been a great qualifier. And so yeah, like they do need to like unload with more speed and figure out qualifying. And like, yeah, if they can get that figured out, like the sky's the limit. But it's still a really good sign that like they're putting up these consistent results. And like I said, the win just feels like it validates him as like a true championship contender. Yeah, he's pulling it up there. And like, yeah, like because I was looking at this a couple weeks ago, and yeah, if you go to and click on
Average
that,
start of 15th.
yeah.
Are you pulling that up, Cody? Or
Wait, his wins?
no, it's polls.
Yeah, but
It's right here.
average finish of 10.3. I mean, that's
Now decrease that average start position to like, 10th, 11th. We're talking about a different top 10s, different top 5s, I feel, because in this car, track position is absolutely key. Just about everywhere you go. And clean air is also another big factor in that. But if you're starting in the back, I mean, you're spending the first 2.5 stages just trying to get yourself in a position to finish well.
Yeah.
Especially starting that far back.
Well, and one good thing too.
What's strange to me is,
Go ahead, Jacob.
I was going to say, Hendrick across the board has been kind of not unloading the best speed wise compared. I wonder, experimenting with equipment and stuff.
I do think a question needs to be asked about Kyle Larson since the double.
Team are locked in.
Kyle Larson double.
We agree, Jacob.
I mean, since the double, Kyle Larson has been on a steady decline.
Stepped on the old PP a bunch.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Stepped on the old puppy. Hung money.
Hung money, baby. But like, and another thing that was a good sign for the Chase side of things, like that I was referring to, and I was talking to Chris about this, like on Sunday after the race, is that like that race, just like watching that, like that was the most aggressive I've seen Chase drive in a long time. Where it's like he's usually a guy that's like he's never been great on restarts in his career, and he doesn't like push the car over the edge, and he like takes what he can get, and like that's why you get the consistent results. But like that was the most aggressive, like balls to the walls race I've seen Chase drive in a long time, where it's like he had no problem jumping out of line and creating his own lane and jumping up on guy like, and that like the prime move like that set him up for it was when he made the move to jump around Bowman, because obviously like if the roles were reversed and Chase was behind Bowman there with 2 to go, like it probably would have been the same situation, and Chase would have pushed Bowman to it. Because at that point, when you get there, like white flag, 2 to go, like you're going to protect that win for the team. Like whoever's in the position to be the pusher and whoever's in the position to go and take the lead. And Chase made the aggressive move to get around Bowman with 4 or 5 to go to put himself in that position where Bowman had no choice but to push Chase there, because you're not going to push Brad and risk losing that win for Hendrick.
What's up, Mark?
I texted Cody this, I think, yesterday, where I said, just victories alone, like of the 20 victories themselves, this is probably my favorite Chase victory, and it's because he actually had to wheel that car to its limits to get himself in the position he needed to be. I know I texted Phil during the race about it, to where it seemed like Chase was the only guy that could really do it on his own, make the moves on his own, didn't need a push or anybody behind him to get around guys. I can't tell you how many times I was watching it where he did that 3 wide move going into one to take advantage of 2 cars that were already side by side. It was just a really impressive masterclass I thought he put on Saturday night.
There's all your wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, like Phoenix.
I mean,
is great
he had to
because
wheel
won a
that car at the
championship.
Roval. Come back from wrecking that
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I don't know. I look at this one maybe because it's more recency. This one was was perfect.
That Texas win, I need to go back and watch that because I don't remember that at all.
Luck, pure luck.
Last year,
pure luck and confidence.
I do not remember that Texas win at all.
I think they stayed out. Phil, you and I were in Discord for that one. I think he stayed out under a caution, and it got him up there on the front row, and he just outlasted Denny through several restarts.
Well, yeah, that's right, because Denny wrecked himself on the one, didn't he?
Right. He tried to do a side draft, I think, on the back straight or something, and he just lost it.
But yeah, no, and like you're right. You're right though, AJ. Like that was like, and he fell back a lot. Like I definitely did not like, from just watching that and how it looked to me, it didn't seem like Chase had like the stability of the Fords when they got up front. Like he would get up front and take the lead and get blown by and fall back and have to do it again. Like, whereas it felt like those Fords like Brad and Buescher and the Penske cars early before they got wrecked were a lot more stable when they got up front and could hold the lead and were harder to make those moves on. And Chase just kind of kept like getting up there and then falling back and having to claw his way back up there. And that's what made it so impressive, is like he kept having to like claw back after like that shit would happen. What are we watching here?
Yeah, I think
this is going for the Bowman pass.
Oh yeah, and this is what won the race right here, because this is what got Bowman behind him.
And again, it's a 3 wide move with nobody behind him. Like nobody pushed him to that. He did that.
Yeah.
So
and it was enough to bring him up alongside Reddick, which was key in that whole thing.
Who said that? Mark. It's easier to make a run when half the cars are wrecked. Well, yeah, but he was ahead of the wreck, so you know.
Yeah.
26 non-driving fucks in one wreck.
Did you notice that Shane barely avoided those first 2 big cautions?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the replay.
Like he was always
he was like on the bottom.
Yep.
Hey,
the big one.
Did you notice Mr. Perfect is the one who caused the wreck? Mr. Perfect, who always has something to say about how everybody else is.
I don't think Hamlin caused that wreck.
If you want to talk about stepping on your own dick,
I don't think Hamlin caused that wreck.
He was pushing the 42.
Yeah, but he got a push from behind that got him even further into, I think it was John Hunter, and it turned John Hunter sideways. And by the time Hamlin lifted, he got turned from the guy behind him.
The whole outside row was stacking up. I think everybody was getting into everybody at that point. But yeah,
with all due respect, John Hunter's a non-driving fuck to begin with.
John Hunter is a non-driving fuck.
If you are pushing a guy and the guy you're pushing loses it, that's by any standard of racing, that is your fault. Like,
right there, he gets that shove that just sends him into the wrong spot of John Hunter.
All right.
Shout
so
out
we-
Carson Hocevar one time for almost taking his own lap back during that next
Yeah, that's
sequence.
true.
Hey, it's the National Debt Relief lap.
Oh my
That
gosh.
Carson was
SVG
able to
Dude,
just
Noah was
there.
staring that inside wall right in the fucking face.
Well, yeah, that took out like 8 of the top 10 in points. Like the
Yeah.
ones that are typically racing for the win every week or whatever were now no longer in it.
The only
like
two
how-
cars that were still out there running that have won a race this year before Saturday was Larson and SVG.
Cody, I'm gonna send you a meme I want you to pull up.
Who was the? My mind is blank now. The second crash. Who all was in it?
Yes.
That was the second crash.
That was everybody.
That was the
the
second
second
crash.
Yeah.
The first crash was
The first one was Bell and
Bell.
Blaney, and
yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Austin
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dillon.
It relates to the meme I just sent you though.
Where'd you send it?
But
To your phone.
I've been
Cody, how many incidents was Bubba in on Saturday?
All of them.
3.
He
Yeah,
had
all of
himself a
them.
night.
The answer to that was yes as well.
It seems like every race I go to, like Bell and Blaney crash out. Besides,
Did you hear the door bumper
one
clear
day I
deal
went to?
where they were talking about Freddie was talking about Bubba in that last part of the race where he was getting pushed by I forgot who it was, and they were like, "Hey, you mind if we push you?" And he's like, "I'm pretty sure I don't care if you right hook us right into the wall right now."
Bubba's
Hey,
crew
yeah.
chief should have told him to just go hit the pace car at that point.
I think I tweeted it after the second time, but I was like, if I was Bubba Wallace, I'd park the car and go to bed.
Yeah, it's over. It's
there
over.
was one where Eric Jones was like in an incident. He was like sliding down the racetrack, and then if you look in the distance, you just see Bubba running to the back of somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Freddie was up there eating a fucking hot dog or something. I saw the one you were talking about. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, "What are you
Hey,
doing,
Freddie and
Bubba?
Tommy
Like,
are really
you've already
cool
wrecked
guys, just
yourself
wanna
like
say
3
that."
times. You just can't stop."
Phil and I had a
Market
good
breaks, that's
interaction
what
with
it was,
Freddie
market
and
breaks.
Tommy at Homestead this year.
And Jordan Bianchi.
And Jordan Bianchi, who took the picture.
Dude, I saw Jordan at Martinsville a couple years ago, and I was like, he's fucking tripped out like always. I was like, I love
Dude,
the
best
drip.
dressed guy in the garage. I can't be convinced otherwise.
Dude, that dude's always got the fucking drip on. Like, he's the Seth Rollins of NASCAR.
He needs a pinky ring. Get Jordan Bianchi a pinky ring. That's what he needs. And I need him every time he's talking to somebody to just be sitting there adjusting it.
Pinkies up.
Pinky's up.
Oh shit! Hold on one second. I'm going off screen for a second.
What a professional host you are.
Hey, we're making this work.
What was the number at the end of the race that there
That's
were?
it. That's the meme.
There were what, 4 cars without damage at the end of the race?
Yeah, Chase was one of them. Cole Custer apparently drives for front row now too on that graphic.
I mean, didn't technically Chase have damage because he had like wheel in his side, like tire?
Yeah, he didn't wreck.
They were
No.
counting it as damage from the 2 big wrecks though.
I did want to shout out too, because we haven't mentioned yet. Part of what made that win so special, among a lot of other things, was the Design to Drive program, and like the special paint scheme. Rocking the shirt right here, and the girl coming out on the track after the race, like to celebrate with him during the burnout. That was onions, man. When all that happened. I was looking up. Raylan Mills is the girl's name.
I hate to laugh, dude. I hate to laugh, but Bailey's brother texted us during the race saying that some unfortunate things happened there, and I thought it was fucking. I thought he was serious.
So did I.
I thought
So
he
did
was
I.
so serious.
Well, other than that though, it was a cool moment, and like for her to get to see the scheme win and everything, that was cool, man. That was fucking onions when that, and like like I said, her getting to come out like during the interview and everything, like that had to have been so special. And if anybody's listening or any of you guys are interested, by the way, they're raffling off like a bunch of the gear Chase was wearing during the race, like his fire suit, I think, and helmet and stuff. And you can go online and buy tickets for the raffle, and like the winner gets like a VIP experience with him too. But it's all like to raise money for the Children's Hospital as part of the program, and it's designedtodrive.com is the website to go do that. But man, that was really cool for him to, and like he was mentioning too, and he's right. Like every time he's run one of those schemes, it's like it's always he's always run like shit in them or gets caught up in a wreck and something always happens. And this was like the first time he's able to run well with that program on the car. And I know it meant a lot to him and Napa and everybody involved in that. And obviously Raylan Mills, the girl and her family to see that car win. But then, like, just among a lot of things, that was one of the most special parts of that win for Chase, I thought.
Could you imagine designing a race car and then it gets made into a real life car that goes and wins a race and you get to see that? She had to have been
Incredible.
on cloud 20.
Oh my God. Like, like, dude, that's what's so awesome is like she got to design the car and see the car win, and with everything she's
And his
been
helmet
through,
too,
like,
right?
Yeah. Yep, that was
Yeah.
and the fire suit.
Yeah, it's
No.
sick.
Yeah. No, it was awesome, man.
It was such
And,
good vibes for the win for Chase. Like
100%.
just everything. Like being in your hometown, having that cancer thing, the cancer patient design your car. Just kind of, it's everything came together.
There was another cool part of that race or whatever. Do you remember this, Travis and Jacob? That Joey Logano's pit stall is like right in front of us. So when he was involved in that wreck and he came by, the crowd erupted. I've never heard it so loud.
I erupted from my
They
couch.
Somebody.
Dude, when they dropped his car off the tow truck, when they
It
were
was
so,
amazing.
they dropped his car, like Joey's car, off the tow truck when they were towing it away.
Dude, it was like Matt Kenseth wrecked them all over again at Martinsville.
That car fucking,
I mean, it was incredible.
bouncing up and down.
When I was watching it on the broadcast on YouTube replay or whatever, you could hear it in the broadcast too. Like they just put Joey's car up on the screen and everything, and you could hear the crowd in the background. I was like, dude, this is amazing. Like
That's like watching like prime villain era Kyle Busch getting wrecked at Bristol.
that's true. That is very
That,
true.
that my first race, Kyle Busch wrecked that. I think it was a similar reaction.
Well, it's like Joey was parked on our end of pit road, and then the opposite end of pit road, Denny also was wrecked and pulled into his pit stall. So you imagine everybody down there was probably going crazy.
Probably,
too.
yeah.
So it's like you just had like the perfect storm for like everybody was in love with that shit. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I just wish Ty Gibbs was in it too. And this might be my favorite wreck of all time. Like
I wish that makes me think. I wish I was at Martinsville in 2015. Like
I do too.
That would have been absolutely insane.
Yep.
yeah, no, it was perfect. Like when they like the car fucking like bouncing up and down, and then like I said, I noticed they didn't show it on the broadcast, but yeah, they were towing Joey's car away, and they just dropped it off the fucking tow truck, like it just fucking fell off.
That was hilarious.
Fucking
Bring it
who was
home,
it?
Rocky.
Fucking when Riley spun too, and he had the flat tires, and he was in the fucking like the Legends car track trying to fucking drive it back to his pit stall, fucking burning it down. Like that might be one of my favorite things with the next gen is when the cars have the flat tires and they're trying to like drive it and they can't fucking move and they just do a fucking burnout. Like Cody, do you remember the one at Dega a couple years ago when Chase Briscoe was just doing like the full burnout in front of us and everybody was going crazy?
He was burning it down for us.
Dude, he was like doing like the whole fucking like just a full fucking donut trying to move this thing.
Was that the same weekend as that god awful truck race?
Oh my god, yeah, that thing was fucking
the 8-hour
horrible.
truck race.
Yeah, when it was like 8,000 degrees outside.
Where was this at?
Talladega.
Dega.
That was the longest truck race I've ever been to in my entire life, dude. That shit just felt like it was never gonna fucking end. I think we all like started considering just leaving.
Dude, I don't give
Okay,
a
you know
fuck
what?
about
I
the
do
Truck
remember
Series.
that because I think there were some of us that did leave a little bit early.
It was
Yeah, it was terrible.
2023 fall.
Yep.
Yeah, it was miserable, dude. Because they just kept fucking wrecking. And then we'd have the caution laps.
Oh, I was at that race.
And then they'd go back
was with
green and
y'all.
fucking wreck.
Yeah, and
Isn't that
I was
most
wearing
truck races though?
Yeah, true. Touche.
I was wearing a fucking long sleeve shirt for some reason, and I don't even remember why I was wearing a long sleeve shirt, but I decided to wear a long sleeve shirt.
It was
that
an
day.
Auburn shirt.
Yeah, and it was like 1,000,000 degrees, and like that was like the first time in my life I've just like walked away from a race and sat under the grandstands because I was so fucking hot.
Well, I
was
think
like,
we all like when we were walking away from the camp, we're like, "Are you sure you want to do a long sleeve shirt, dude? Like, are you sure that's the movie?" He's like, "Yeah."
oh, I know why. It was because it was when I just got
Fresh
this
tattoo. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Which I had the same deal this weekend. I was sitting out there, like, I had just gotten this tattoo fucking Thursday evening, and then like Friday, I was like out in the sun when I was like waiting in line to meet Chase. So I was like,
Dude, you're
I was like,
metal. When I get a tattoo, I like stay indoors for like weeks. Like I'm terrified.
oh, I was terrible. I was standing there like this, like keeping it like as close to so like it wasn't like sitting out in the sun, and like it had the Sanoderm on it, and I was sweating, so I could see like the fucking ink, like where it was like the extra ink was like wearing off, like building up under it. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I mean, I took the plastic off Sunday morning, and it was fine. So, dude, we had a
Derm.
we set up a whole tailgate in the parking lot Saturday, and like we had like 3 canopies set up, had a TV, beer pong table, grill. We were watching Night of Champions out in the parking lot before the race. Like it was just fucking it was
Good vibes.
it was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed
Got to watch
that.
CM Punk versus John Cena in the parking lot.
Hell yeah.
We had the truck race over the radio speakers, and we were. My buddy Harrison brought his little mini bike out there, and we all like took turns riding it around.
That's
They were
all.
ripping it.
Did you guys see Cooper's burn?
Yeah, he
from
got
the mini
burned.
bike?
Yes.
He got,
Dude.
Dude, so I've got like a
Fucking
teeny
gnarly.
tiny one compared to his. His looks like somebody took a
a
bite out of
boil.
his leg.
Yeah. It looked like something out of the thing.
Was
Cooper
it from
looked
the,
like he
was
did
it
the
from the
fucking-
exhaust or like the head?
Yeah, it's from the exhaust.
Dude, when Corey fucking rode off in that thing, and we just had no idea where he went. Like, we're like,
I'm gonna
he's
wind up
probably
pushing that
lost.
thing back because he can't start it up again.
At some point, somebody
Rolling
thought
it
they
back to the
crashed into the
fucking
car.
thing.
Like we heard a car siren go off or something, or car horn go off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Corey disappears on the bike, and he's like hauling ass too. And then like we're wondering where the fuck he is, and then we heard a car alarm go off, and we're like, oh
Like,
god,
no.
holy shit.
That was a good tailgating trip, man. That was, I mean, all in all, the whole weekend was great. The race was awesome. I mean, I don't think I'll ever miss an Atlanta race ever again. But there was a stretch before they redid the reconfiguration, the repave. There was probably like a 5-year period where I just refused to go to Atlanta, and it's my home track, only 45 minutes away.
That's
And I was
kind of
like,
where
I'm
at
not
now with
going.
Bristol.
It's too boring. And then there at the end, right before the repave, I went to like the last 3, and then ever since the repave, I have not missed one, and I don't think I will. It's awesome.
Dude, it's so good. It's the best track in NASCAR right now. Like, and I mean, it shows like if the product is good, the people will come out. And like that was the best crowd I've ever seen in Atlanta.
It looked
there
good on
Saturday.
TV. I was curious on how it would look, but the crowd looked really good.
Yeah, no, it was packed there on Saturday. I mean, like we went down to like our end near turn 1, and it was still like pretty empty down there, like it always is. But like everywhere else, it was packed. I mean, like because I went on the front stretch where my buddy Jack was sitting to talk to him for a little bit, and like his whole section was like completely packed. I had to like sneak into the row with like the bar table behind him and like crouched down there to talk to him because there were like no like open seats around him where I could just like sit down beside him.
Where'd y'all set? Did you go to like the normal spot up in turn one?
Yeah, we like down like end of the grass, like going into turn one.
Yeah, I love like that end of the track up real high, which I guess with it being a night race, you know, the sun wasn't that big of a deal. But like when you go to the spring race, setting up there that's the secret.
Oh yeah.
No, I was saying.
What'd you say?
One thing I've said, I really enjoy the Saturday night aspect, like having a Saturday night race at Atlanta.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it because you're never getting it again.
Why not?
Damn, what an
TV numbers were not where they needed to be for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the race was streaming on Max too. How many?
Yeah,
fucking
people don't
watched it on
account
Max?
that they didn't add the numbers for streaming on Max into there. It was strictly cable numbers.
Since Dale Jr. brought up something, I'm curious what you guys' opinion are about making Atlanta the regular season finale.
July 4th weekend. July 4th weekend. July 4th weekend.
For Atlanta?
No.
Yep.
If it was in Philadelphia, that would make more sense.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
What track are we going to in Philadelphia there, Cody?
There's not one. But Daytona's got to be 4th of July. Or
No,
Chicago because
they're talking about a Philadelphia street course.
Oh, then there you go. Boom. Huh.
You guys
Suck
didn't
on
see
that,
last
AJ.
week?
Greg Griffin's crying under his bunk bed right now.
Putting on a Kevlar vest right now.
Tabloid's right behind him.
Hey, how about Tab? He fucking landed the JGR job.
Dude, he pulled the Kyle Larson, said something stupid, and then all of a sudden gets into a better position.
Had a short day,
Corey talking about like what actually happened to Tab, where he was like, yeah, if you're walking down the street in Mexico and some random guy offers to exchange your U.S. dollars for pesos, you should probably tell him no. Like he was tweeting like, I got hustled. This place sucks.
Possibly
like, no,
unpopular opinion
idiot.
though. He said nothing that should have got him fired. He didn't say anything that should have got him fired.
No, it's because Hayek had like a Mexican sponsor. That's what it came down to.
I mean, in all fairness, they did him a
already
favor
on that
by getting him the hell out of there.
Did you all watch the trash talk video that NASCAR put out?
No.
No? Oh my god.
No.
Okay.
Which one?
It was for the in-season tournament. It was like the drivers yeah, I'm gonna get it. But Ricky actually says something about Chris Bell because they were like paired up head to head in the bracket challenge, and he was like, "Well, I gave him a spotter." Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know, man. I thought McDowell laid it in kind of stiff on AJ.
How about the biggest upset being Ty Dillon?
I took that one.
He beat your favorite driver.
He's your favorite driver.
I
might be the only one that went Ty Dillon.
I went.
No, I did.
16.
No, I didn't. I had Denny winning the whole thing. No.
Dumbass.
I had Larson being eliminated. I had Bubba being eliminated, or not Bubba. I had Larson, Bell, and Byron being eliminated.
How many?
I had Bell.
How many did everybody get right? I got 3.
I got 7.
7.
I didn't do one.
I haven't tallied mine up yet.
No, everybody's was plus.
I did mine on actual like.
I still have one of my finals right, but my champion is eliminated.
Unsurprisingly, there's 0 perfect brackets remaining.
In the world, I don't know.
I wonder how many they turned in. Like,
Let's
how many
maybe
brackets
next
total
year.
were there?
Let's not start this in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, that's what when I was filling it out or whatever, I was like, wait, this starts in Atlanta. This is a total crapshoot. Like, I don't even need to look at stats for this. I'll just pick guys. Why not?
The first 3 races are random crap shoots for a bracket.
Well, that's true.
That's why they did it.
Starting with a super speedway.
They wanted it to be March Madness and get a bunch of. That's why they specifically like moved this Atlanta race to like the first TNT race, night race, like because like that was all a part of this with the in season thing. They wanted it to be crazy. I think it was crazier than they probably anticipated it being. But I
Well,
also
I don't think anyone anticipated like 20 guys getting wrecked out in the first 60 laps.
Yeah. But I mean, I was listening to Corey's podcast earlier today, and like he brought up a good point. Like it was Flores that brought it up, but like, you saw after that big wreck, like everybody was in the garage, like hammering and banging on the cars and trying to fix them, and like the tournament's probably a big part of why teams were like trying to fix those cars that were beat to hell, because like
Yeah.
otherwise they probably would have just put them on the fucking truck and called it a night.
I bet Bubba wishes he could have just done that.
I wish
Hey, well,
Bubba could have done that.
He advanced.
Well, he did not. Bowman beat him.
Bowman
Who,
beat your
Bubba?
favorite driver.
No, Bubba beat Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bowman
yeah,
beat
my-
the driver without a ride.
Yeah. News this
Cody, are you
week.
still pulling up that video?
Yeah, dude, I'm signed out of everything. I don't know my fucking Twitter password. It's on the
Oh.
NASCAR Twitter, so I'm trying to reset my fucking password. We're
I
down
was
bad today.
I was filibustering for you to bring that video.
Yeah, and I was trying, dude, and I buckled. I buckled under pressure. I'll get it eventually. Don't you worry.
But-
I don't even
well,
know
while
how to
we're on the
reset
subject,
my
like-
fucking password.
While we're on the subject, we'll kind of just go around the horn, like whoever, but like just thoughts on the tournament in general. Like I thought it was fun. It's like a cool side story to have during the race. It's in typical NASCAR fan fashion. People were mad about it for no fucking reason, I thought. But it's like, nobody's forcing you to keep up with this thing. I think it's just like a cool like side plot to have in the middle of the season. Like I
Well,
enjoyed it.
as you mentioned, with all our different NASCAR leagues, I didn't think about the bracket one time during that race. Not once.
Did y'all at all? Well, I guess you guys were there. AJ or Phil, did you guys watch the Larry Mack thing at all?
Not once.
No.
Same. Okay. Just curiosity.
Not
What was the
once.
Larry Mack thing?
They were doing a so it was called the Altcast. It was on True TV, and it was Larry Mack and Jeff Burton, and they were doing like bracketology.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to watch Jeff Burton when I have to be forced to on NBC. I'm not gonna willingly go watch Jeff Burton.
Yeah, they're just like they're in studio, sleeves rolled up, like just,
Yeah, they're
So they
really
just
into
talked about the
it.
and
bracket?
then like they would like show the race and then come back and talk about the update on the bracket.
Hey, you give me a wall button, I'm in.
Yeah, we'll
What did they do?
caterpillar
Like, what did they
Dodge.
talk about for the
Wall
car?
button.
They were like,
Wall
Ryan Blaney
button.
I
still
had
wrecked
something I
out of the
could have
race.
shot through the window.
Why are you guys hating on the mayor?
Nah, I ain't on nobody.
What the fuck do they talk about for like half the cars were like where they like Blaney is still out of the race. He will not advance. Like,
Dude, Larry Mack's facial expressions though that I've seen screenshots of on Twitter have been fantastic.
Larry Mack.
Yeah, it was just a strange thing.
hey, how about that race like on that fucking pole that everybody thinks is like the fucking end all be all of NASCAR races, the Gluck pole? This race got 90%. Who the fuck are the listen, I never want to hear that like, oh, the poll is just fucking impartial and they vote no and Denny wins and they vote yes and Chase wins. Like, because this was a Chase Elliott win in a fucking incredible race and somehow 10% of people voted no. So I never want to hear about like, oh, it's just biased on like who's like what driver won.
It was Phil making 2,000 Twitter accounts because he doesn't like Chase.
It's Denny Hamlin fans on Twitter.
I heard he said this before. Like I'm not a Chase fan, but he's I'm not gonna be against.
It was Victor making 2,000 Twitter accounts.
It could have been Victor.
Dude, it goes to show, like, for all people talk about, like, oh, fucking Chase fans are so, like, dude, I feel like I see more fucking haters of Chase on social media than fans.
I count as
Like-
both.
Yeah.
A lot of that is just to be like anti-fan favorite.
Oh,
A lot of it.
certainly. Like, Because I mean, half the people who don't like him, they can't even fucking tell you why they don't like him. They're just like, oh, fucking
Dakota's
he's
one.
fucking bitch.
He still has not told me why he doesn't like Chase Elliott. I'm like,
Dakota is one.
I'm just not a fan of Hendrick drivers.
Who were you talking about, Nick?
Dakota.
Oh, well, he's a Harvick fan, so he's at least got Bristol to be mad about. But
Phil, why do you hate Kyle Larson? Your kid's the biggest fan of him.
That's why I hate my kid.
You didn't get that little bitch ass nickname for nothing.
No. And same thing with Larson. Larson, like I give the man credit. He is probably the greatest driver of our time. I mean, I'm not going to knock that. The guy, just general, like all around racing is what I'm talking about. Like
he
general
ain't no
talent.
Denny.
Yeah. I've seen Denny run late model races and ride in the back.
Oh, the fucking Denny fans, man, they get so mad about, oh, the best driver in the world, huh? Like fucking, like all the fucking time. It's like,
What do you mean? I fucking
motherfuckers are
tweet that shit when he
insufferable.
wrecks.
I'm one of those as well.
Oh, I was laughing my ass off when Larson wrecked out of both the Indy and the Coaster Thunder.
I'm telling you, a
I was
discussion
not.
needs to be had about that guy's run since the double. It has not been good.
Need to check on his mental status.
Just keep him out of iRacing lobbies. He'll be just fine.
Dude's just too bummed, man. That's all it is.
He's rage
But
quit.
You gotta
like
be
you're
careful
on
because there's no better ride you
NCAA
can get.
25.
That's true. There's no up from where he already is.
He's gonna become the president of NASCAR. That's the next step.
He's going to Rick Ware Racing after this.
Rick Ware Racing also news this week. Not
$100
gonna.
million. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's about $99
know
million
who?
more than I would have paid for that race team.
Do we
Parks,
know
when you
who?
told me that it was $100 million, I just didn't believe you. I was like, we are talking about Rick Ware, right?
Dude, it's those fucking charters, man. They're like, it's probably a good deal. When you think the charters, the charters themselves are selling for like 50 million, like a charter.
Legacy is in shambles.
Damn.
So if they got the entire race team, including the charters, for 100, that's kind of a good deal. Like,
Do we know who bought them?
TJ Poocher, who used to be owner of Spire.
Okay, interesting.
So they got money.
I gotta piss. You guys keep it going.
That they do. They definitely have.
I have good.
Justin Haley finally ran a good race at Spire Equipment. That's good.
And then he wrecked.
I mean, but did he really run a good race, or were like 15 drivers that were supposed to be ahead of him not in the race anymore?
I mean, yeah.
Haley's a good plate racer.
Yeah,
He did really good.
Yeah, when it rained.
Most of his wins in Xfinity were on plate tracks. I think in fact all of them were.
I have the video. I'll wait for
But
Travis.
Colleague was so good at plate races. Like in general, like AJ was great there. When Ross was running for him, he was good there. I feel like that was just back then. That was Colleague's calling. Besides the random road course races.
What do you guys think
that AJ
about
won.
Daniel Suarez to Colleague?
I think that would happen. 100%.
That's almost what I'm feeling. I think you might see him in a car full time for them.
Xfinity or Cup?
I think you'll see him in Cup still.
They're not
Dylan's getting the boot.
as well.
Well, I mean, you think because Richard Childress is pretty much cutting the check to get Ty in that car.
No, AJ ain't gonna be there.
They already said AJ's. Chris Rice already said AJ's back next year.
Which I'm surprised because it goes against the grain of his like 2 years in Cup, 2 years in Xfinity, 2 years in Cup, 2 years in Xfinity.
All right, play that,
Y'all
code.
ready,
Let's listen
y'all
to
ready
this.
for this?
Sure.
Up against again?
No, Grace.
Never heard of her.
Wow.
My matchup, Christopher Bell. Oh yeah, I secretly gave him a spotter that's gonna sabotage him. So better look over your shoulder, Christopher.
How many races has Ricky won here? Just who I'm up against?
I thought you guys said I was going up against Chase. I thought there was just one Chase Elliott.
I feel all right. I'm going against somebody, shorter than me.
I don't even know why it's matchup of the week. I mean, it's not like he's going to finish the race anyways. He never finishes the races here, so should be a breeze.
I'm just going to crash him.
A lot of bulldog talk for puppy dog results.
I think everything's bigger in Texas. That's where he's from, except his win against me this weekend. That's just not happening.
Oh, up against Pickle Boy? Yeah, the original Pickle Boy, we got this. No doubt in my mind. I mean, we're driving a Cinnamon Toast Crunch car. This car's destined to win.
He's super excited for the off season coming up because he's going to Turkey to get that hairline.
Yeah,
fixed.
that's it. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
Oh.
Daniel,
I mean, it's Bobawala. I mean, it should be so easy, right?
There's Daniel in the field.
Look at this. I have won here before, so we can do it again. And if I can do it, I just put him on the wall. That's it. Let's go.
Damn. That far back in points, I didn't think he'd be a threat. So.
Oh, shit.
We're going to ride the Dente. So is everybody else based off the spring.
I'm gonna help him out. Watch his kids. Brooks actually a couple weeks ago at the driver's meeting called me dad, which I thought was kind of strange. So,
Damn, Noah Gregson better dad than Chandler Smith.
What would you expect? I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm here to beat them all, and he's one of the all.
He has good teammates, but I got better teammates and some good buddies. I feel FRM going to come out on top on this one.
That ain't hard. He's got the worst average finish here, so.
Did Zane not get the memo that it's supposed to be shit talk? I think
Noah cooked.
Zane's just ruined that whole thing. He's like, I got some good teammates. Like, what the fuck is that, dude?
I mean,
talk some shit.
Bro, Zane hardly shows up.
Daniel Suarez didn't really talk shit.
No. Todd, though, he's like, everything's bigger in Texas except for his win against me. What the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea.
He could have made a better pun than that. Well, they're keeping it PG rated, but.
Yeah, that was fun. The Noah going to Chase Briscoe going to Turkey for the hairline. Dude, that shit.
That was awesome. That was good.
What do you say? Zane Smith is like the one kid in high school with the most garbage comebacks. I got some good teammates.
Damn, bro. Don't talk about Cody that way.
I usually have pretty good comebacks. Hey, bud, if I wanted any comeback, I'd scrape it off your teeth.
Oh, I'd have to get it off that Chase Elliott cardboard cutout back there on you, though.
Probably, yeah.
Cody, you sounded like the siren there.
Yeah, Cody, give us your best siren impression.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody needs to clip that for the next Chase win.
Ring the siren.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and clip that every time Chase wins going forward. That's what's fucking funny.
Ring the siren, Papo.
Edit Cody making that noise over RJ spilling Coke on himself.
Anybody see RJ became or went back to being a Chase fan this weekend on TikTok?
Oh no,
is he? He's
yeah,
back.
no, he's given up Larson. Now he's back to Chase.
Oh shit!
Good.
You can't be fucking
good
flip flopping.
Dude, he's riding the fence.
Dude,
Dude,
it's
you gotta be
because
like me.
he said a certain word in the comments. Now he's moving up again.
You got to be like me. I just like both of them, and I'm fucking open about it. But you can't, like, you can't fucking do the back. I like this guy. I don't like him, but I like him again. No, that's why I do it. I
Damn
just
right,
like both
Junior.
of them.
I feel sorry for that thing on Saturday night, bro. It had a long night.
Bro, the fire department got called because the smoke alarms are going off. There's all like burnt rubber in there.
Cody, play the
He's
fucking
pouring
siren.
Coke while he was do what?
Pull the Dawsonville, the siren.
That was the lube,
Play the
Cody.
clip.
That was the lube. Dude, I remember getting so mad at Vince for calling that dude out on Twitter the first time I saw him, and then I saw more about it, and I'm like, yeah, no, Vince was right.
Okay, I don't know exactly what this video is gonna be, but it looks like it's gonna be good.
Send it. It's promising. Send it.
Come on. Shoot it. Go. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Travis, you need to go and watch one of these races from the pool room.
Oh, dude, I did it for the championship in 2022. I showed up there, and like 10 minutes after I got there, it's when Chase got spun by Ross.
I think Cody was close.
Nice.
Yeah, we need. All right, so we're gonna put this side by side with Cody's and be like, who did it better?
Or just take the audio from me doing it and put it on this video.
You just put the jumper cables to the car battery on a different spot on Cody.
AJ, I think what we should do is clip that and put that over top of the honk at the Morgan McClure.
Yeah, honk.
Dude, Cody, you mentioned that. So 2022 championship race. I went to the pool room. I was like all excited. I was like, all right, cool. It's like it's gonna be fun. Like if he wins the championship, cool. Like I swear to God, I got to the pool room, sat down, and I hadn't even like ordered a drink yet. Like I had been there less than 10 minutes, and it's when Chase got spun by Ross. And I'm just like, I drove 2.5 hours to like get there and immediately watch Chase get spun.
Did you at least eat?
Yeah, I fucking ate and left.
Dude,
Like, I didn't even
burgers
watch
get
the end of
there.
that race.
Damn.
As a Ross fan, I'll give you the golf clap.
Wait until some new businesses move into downtown Dawsonville and they're trying to like spice it up, and then they start filing complaints for them ringing that siren. They're like, this is unsafe.
The siren was there before you guys were here. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, say what you want about that whole thing. I think traditions like that have expanded all the way from like the 80s with Bill to now. Like, I think that stuff's kind of cool.
Dude,
I'm
it's
in like a
fucking
little bit of a minority there, but
for
that's
sure
cool.
awesome.
Traditions
I don't know
are
why
great.
people shit on it so much. I think it's awesome. He's got a hometown that supports him, that's like fully behind him. Like they have a planned celebration that's like a long tradition when he wins. Like why? Like what?
Bro, the parade they threw for
Them
when he won the
liberals
championship
hate
was
that
badass.
siren.
Yeah, when
What were
he
you
won the
saying, AJ?
championship, they had like a whole parade.
Yeah, the
Down
championship
Dawsonville.
parade was awesome.
Yeah,
they
and
had
you could be
fucking
He's doing like
Randy the
burnouts
Plumber.
down the main road.
Randy the Who, never heard of her.
Yeah, Randy the Plumber was like the MC
Randy
of
the-
that one.
They call him the plumber because he shows his ass crack wherever he goes.
Yep.
I was making this joke about Randy the plumber. He'd be in the Nightmare blunt rotation.
Oh,
Like
dude,
that
fact.
RJ
He
Rogers.
might actually get pretty cool after a blunt, though. Let's be honest.
What,
Shit, I'm all in, dude. I'm all in.
Phil wants in on the Nightmare blunt rotation.
what about that Dragon 23 girl?
Oh yeah, that's I
Ultimate
said
Dragon.
Johnny
It
Benson's
was-
biggest fan.
it was Dave or whatever his name is, RJ Rogers Ultimate 23 Dragon or whatever
Yeah,
his name is.
yeah.
Add Jason
forget who-
Jacoby into that.
Oh yeah. That's what I said.
Oh no,
That's
it's
exactly
like it's
the
a
person
Diddy
I
party.
said.
It ain't a blunt rotation.
add Jacob Peppercorn into that. Like
The guy who faked the letter from Steve Phelps to Fox News to try to Fox Sports to try to get a job.
what?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not remember that.
The funniest thing, like he tweeted it. It was a picture, and like clearly, first off, this was not Steve Phelps fucking typing this email. You could tell.
I am Steve Phelps.
That's literally that was the vibe of it. It said, "Hello, I'm NASCAR President Steve Phelps." First off, dude, if he's sending an email to anybody at Fox Sports, he doesn't have to say, "Hey, I'm the NASCAR President Steve Phelps."
And I, as Steve Phelps, do
It's like those,
recommend.
it's like I saw one a couple weeks ago. It was like this, like it was like one of those scam like texts where it's like the celebrity impersonators, and it was like, "Hey, this is Luke Combs. I need $500 for this and that." And like they were like, "Prove you're Luke Combs," and the guy just typed, "When it rains, it pours." There was one with Tyler Childers too. It was like same thing. It was like a selfie of him. It was like, "Hey, this is Tyler Childers." It's like,
Hey.
"Prove you're Tyler Childers," and he just put, "I got buddies down White House Road."
Bring that RJ comment back up for a second. Not that one. The last one, the one he put before the one. About the siren. There you go. Let's put the siren over next to Nashville Fairgrounds and really piss him off.
Yeah.
Right beside of that brand new soccer stadium that's huge too.
Dude, have you so when we were in Nashville for the race, like we saw like a couple of those like where people are putting like the signs up like no to NASCAR in Nashville, like the fucking yard signs. Like those people are the biggest fucking losers on the fucking planet. I hate those motherfuckers with every fiber of my
Just start
being.
doing race car noises to him. You'll watch him get in the fetal position.
I swear they hate literally everything that's fun.
Dude,
like
I
I
saw Cody's favorite country artist had a funny tweet, Tim Duggar, and he just like
Oh,
rode
fuck
by one
that
of those
guy.
houses. He was just, but he rode by
Thank
one of the
you.
houses with one of those yard signs in Nashville and just like took a picture, like flipping the house to bird with the yard sign.
Wait,
in
which
the front.
guy? Which guy are we making fun of?
Tim Duggar.
Oh Jesus!
Non-driving fuck.
Non-singing fuck.
Non-singing fuck. Too.
Hey, we don't slander Tim Duggar on this program.
Whoa, whoa.
He follows us on Instagram. He's a good guy.
We'll go over to Clean Air Show. We'll just bash Tim Duggar this week.
Travis
Clean
can
Air
make
Show, we'll talk
such a
shit.
great. Travis can make such the great argument for Tim Duggar that makes you appreciate him. I used to be a hater too, but Travis has made me appreciate that guy.
I had some bad run-ins on iRacing with him, and that
I've heard
changed
he is
my
a bit of a
opinion.
fuck on our race.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
No, non-driving fuck, Cody.
Non-driving fuck.
That's the term.
This has been years, but like he used to host races, and it was just like self-promotion all the time. Oh, I'm Tim Duggar. You know who I am? I'm singing
He's
at the
singing in
race.
the middle of the race.
Cat, get the fuck out of here.
No, Derek, my usual co-host, he's not on tonight, but he races with Tim sometime.
I
probably gets
think
raped
I'm
a
on.
lot.
I think I'm on Tim's blacklist.
What'd you do? Did you wreck
No,
him?
just talking shit.
What did you say? Like I don't miss Earnhardt.
No, I would never. I'd never say shit like that. But just him and I would just go back and forth. And one night I was like, dude, nobody cares. Your music sucks. You suck. Everything about you sucks.
He
And
probably
this is
sang
what-
you a song after that too, didn't he?
He,
And this
he
is why
definitely
I-
wrote a song about you.
This is why I get banned from my racing all the time, boys.
Yeah. How was last week for you, Phil, on officials?
Oh, it sucked, dude. The week of Lime Rock and I couldn't even race.
Why couldn't you race, Phil? Tell everybody.
I may or may not have sent it full speed down pit road and just straight wrecked this guy for junking me.
the Robbie Gordon.
Easy.
Hey, he was a road course driving fuck.
Cody, what? I don't get the reference. What are we talking about?
I was super excited to see Tyler Reddick win, and then Kyle Busch had to just fucking squeeze by a victory after Chase Briscoe just sends it.
Oh, shout out Dalton Good one time. I don't know how he hasn't ended at all after this season that Kyle Busch has had.
Oh, Travis, you were talking about how bad your hand hurt. Dalton's hand was like bruised for a week after that stupid race.
After Bristol?
Yep, Bristol dirt.
Dude, I was at that one too. Like that's probably like this past weekend probably surpassed that as like my favorite in-person race I've ever been to.
Really?
Like it's close between those two. It's
One
like
of my
those two.
favorites.
I was at Pocono when Kyle won, where he was fucking stuck in fourth gear and saved fuel enough to win. I was at that Pocono race. That was a good one.
I was at Pocono when Larson blew a tire on the last lap and
Yeah,
Bowman won.
that was the doubleheader weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at both of those.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite races I was at besides and I'm a big Kyle Busch guy, but when Smoke turned him in 09 at Daytona, happened right in front of me.
I love that race as a kid.
I think my favorite moment was watching Kyle Larson at Homestead just plow the barrels down, coming to pit road with Blaney in front of him. Bro happened right in front of me. And I'm sitting there watching, just going, there ain't no way he's making it. Sure enough, he hit the fucking barrels full speed. You just see sand shoot up in the fucking air.
I was so happy. I like jumped off of the couch in that moment. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, funny moment this year is when we were at Daytona for the 500 and we went to the Xfinity race, and Cody knows who it is and Phil knows who it is. I think Travis does too. Zach's sitting to my left, my buddy Zach, and I like punch him on the shoulder because I'm watching Chris Wright exit turn 4 coming in with a full head of fucking speed. And I go, he ain't making it. And sure enough, he didn't wreck everybody on the pit road during that whole incident. And I thought the best part of that was his interview afterwards where he's like, no, there wasn't a communication issue. I just, and the brakes work fine.
Don't know what I'm doing.
Don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Hey, this was a good one. With the fucking pace car hitting the fucking barrels.
That was last year.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Chase was in the lead. Like, have you heard the clip from Chase's onboard where he's like, where the hell was that guy going?
Dude, my favorite Chase audio was when Ross did the Hail Melon and Eddie Dunn comes over the radios. He's spotting Chase going, what in the hell?
Hey, I love that moment.
That is
Everybody
probably my favorite moment that I've ever seen at a race. Is that
I was in my when I was in my apartment, I was looking down at my phone and I tuned out the race because Christopher Bell was going to win. I look up and I see Ross just go flying into the corner. It doesn't even look real. Like, I'm like, what am I watching right now?
It looks like
in person, it was so slow. Like it all happened like in slow motion, and everybody is just like, what the fuck happened? And then it was clear after the fact when he came out of turn 4 still booking it. Everybody was like, oh, he slingshot himself.
Dude, I was at that race too, and it's like I was just watching Bell win the race, and like I didn't even notice it happened until like after the fact, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, because like all that I was with my buddy Mo, who's like a big Denny fan, and I wasn't like giving him shit, like, but we were like, holy fuck, like I actually felt bad for him, even though he's a Denny fan, like, because we just looked up at the scoring pylon. And like they had like the points as they run up there or on the scoreboard, and like Denny was good. And then like we look up and it was like Chastain 2 points ahead, and we're like, he's like, what? He's like, I thought we're in. And I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck? And then like we saw the replay, and I just saw his face like dude was like in shock. Just watched another Denny championship go up in flames. Like.
That was my favorite part of the Hail Melon.
Oh my god, yeah.
Man,
That made
what
it
is with
so
all
much
the
better.
Denny hate? Why is Denny so hateable?
People hate winners, dude.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
I didn't used to hate Denny till like I don't know. He's like freaking
until he bullied Kyle Larson.
Denny hated
It was
sports.
before that.
Until he
I've hated Denny ever since he wrecked Chase Elliott for his first win at Martinsville. I was like, nope, you're
I
forever.
mean, hey,
fucked to me.
I've been able to live past that.
See, I don't hate Denny.
I've always hated Denny, but like his god complex he's grown in
Yeah.
like the last 2 years, where he thinks he's like the
He
the
is,
god
dude.
and spokesperson of NASCAR. I'm just like,
Man, Travis's team NASCAR in this lawsuit. I can see that.
He is, dude. Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
like,
not a
I
fucking
hope
Twitter-
NASCAR sticks it to him.
I'm not a fucking Twitter lawyer like some of these.
Have you all
idiots.
seen that? Have you seen the NASCAR shill account on Twitter? Like they just like they'll comment on like Fox.
You mean Jeff
or
Gluck after
NBC.
this week?
Yeah, but they'll be like, "This was an incredible race. I'm so glad NASCAR is giving us such a great product." And like they'll just point out like great decision making by NASCAR today.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, it's the funniest account in the world.
I'm amazed we finished that Atlanta race with all the humidity in the area.
For
Did you
sure.
see
dude.
Ryan
with
Blaney
Chase in the
last-
lead, of course he was going to win.
Ryan Blaney last night tweeted like NASCAR's doing great, like blah blah blah. It was like something about the TV ratings, and everybody in the pod's like, "No, the fucking not. This sucks."
F1's got better ratings.
Nobody hates NASCAR more than NASCAR fans. Like,
true, yeah,
That is true.
like they will just always find something to fucking be mad about and bitch about. Like, it's like what the fuck are we talking about? Like, we just literally had like one of the best fucking races this weekend. Like, and people
The
are
Formula One was
TV
within
ratings
500,000
suck.
viewers.
The fucking TV ratings were fucking terrible, man. Like, I can't get into this shit with the fucking TV
I'm just glad we're
rating.
past the prime races, so I don't have to see people bitching about they're not fucking shelling out anymore to NASCAR.
Dude, I wish Prime would just buy the full like.
Bro,
broadcast
honestly,
rights.
I just want to add one more thing to the Prime thing. Like they bitch about that as their fucking Amazon order shows up 2 days later, and they've had free access to Prime for the last 6 years.
These like
Dude, the
6-year-old
frustrating part
people-
was everybody could have watched it for free because you could
Yeah.
get a 30-day free trial. You had all the
Mhm.
races. But who doesn't have Amazon Prime?
Every single fucking person on Earth has a mom or a sister or a wife or a girlfriend or
Somebody
any,
you know has
any
it.
woman in their life who like women love to just order excessive Amazon packages. So you
That's a bold
every single person
misogynistic
on Earth-
statement.
It is not. As a married man, I can.
I'll
Dude,
second
like
that
I had my
statement.
parents'
I'll second
TVs hooked up to like my Prime account, and they were able to watch all the races and didn't bitch once. They knew how to get right to it.
Dude, that's what I use my mom's and like my dad says
Just
he's
to
like, I don't know
clarify,
what the-
Travis, you think women are only good for buying on Amazon? Is that what you
That is
said?
not what
I'm
I
just-
said. That is not what I said. But like my dad all the time, he'll be like, I don't even know what the fuck. Like she's buying, your mom's buying. I just see Amazon packages show up. Like, and,
Bro,
like,
my mom is the same way.
that's what I'm saying.
Random
Like, so-
shit just sitting on the front porch.
Dude, if I come home from work and there isn't an Amazon package out front, I think somebody robbed me.
Yeah, you get concerned.
You're like, are you okay, baby? You didn't get anything on Amazon yesterday.
I said it on Clean Air a couple weeks ago, but my Amazon guy almost turned into Swiss cheese one morning.
Oh no.
I guess my wife decided to hit overnight delivery on something, and at like 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, I get like my Ring notifications going off. There's someone at my door, and I'm looking like Winnie the Pooh in that meme with the little pop gun.
You're in your toddy waddies, slippers.
All of a sudden, I look at the camera and I go, "Oh, it's a fucking Amazon guy."
Dude, it's sketchy now too because like they don't. Most of them don't even drive like Amazon like branded trucks. It'll just be some like random guy in his car.
Like a Kia Soul rolls up.
Like shitty beater
They
car.
pay some
outside your
dudes like
house at
$8
5
an
a.m.
hour to work 12 hours and deliver Amazon packages.
Dude, all I thought was,
Out of
man,
his
those
own
air
car.
fresheners this Amazon guy's delivered. One's so urgent to have it overnight. Like we could have done that at like noon. That would have been fine.
But point being was everybody knows a woman in their life who buys a lot of Amazon packages. It is like everybody has attested to it. It's like if you don't have a mom, wife, sister, girlfriend, like whoever, aunt that you can ask for an Amazon account, there's not a single guy I could talk to. I don't think that would have access to an Amazon login of some sorts.
I'm just gonna know woman. Women are the gatekeepers of Amazon.
They are.
Cody, who orders more Amazon in your house?
I'm the Amazon guy. I'm the one who has the Amazon.
No, I think Travis's point speaks volumes here. Happy anniversary, by the way, Cody.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Yeah, Cody was like, yeah, I'll do the show when I was like making the text to see who wanted to do the show tonight. He's like, oh, I forgot it's my anniversary. I was like, dude, cannot forget that. Like at all
in my
costs.
head it was
Like,
Thursday, but it was actually today.
Like, did you realize before she reminded you? Like,
No. As soon as I woke up today, I was like, today's my anniversary. Then I was like, fuck, I'm doing that show tonight.
like,
I didn't.
but
the
was it a
dates-
deal where like you forgot to get her a gift and like that whole like?
Nope, never been that guy.
Okay, so
The gift is his
got-
presence,
he's
and
got-
he
he's
remembers
got
to bring
gifts
that
years
every
in
year.
Yep. I give her a gift every anniversary by sticking around.
dude, I
I thought
remember
you
when I
were
was
on a way different spot with it.
I wish I could get away with that.
Dude, when I was a kid, like I remember there was one Mother's Day, like my dad fucking wakes me up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, hey, he's like, probably like 9 or 10 years old. I'm like, what? He's like, it's Mother's Day. It's like we got like the fucking hauls ass to like Walgreens. And he's like, just fucking grab a fucking bear.
He
And,
looks like
we
someone
just-
camping went out for a midnight release of a video game. Waiting for those fucking doors to open.
Like, he goes into Walgreens. He's like, grab a fucking gift. Like, get a card. Get it. Like, it's like I just go and get a bear. And he's like, great. Get some chocolate. He's like,
It's
dude,
Valentine's Day.
all time scrambled because my mom works night shifts, so she doesn't get home till like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 7 at that point. He's like, fuck,
We
fuck.
got 6 hours. Like, we're good.
Like hauling ass to get gifts, so I get home and like sign the cards real quick and act like we had it already.
Yeah,
I
8
don't
years
agree.
with me, dude.
I don't
Respect
agree
to
with
her.
Shrek's sentiment.
Hardly in 1 hour and 50 minutes with you.
Right. Imagine
I would
spending
spend-
8 years like this.
I would spend 8 years with you, Cody.
Oh, thanks, Travis. I
Damn.
appreciate that.
He just knows you're the
Hey,
one
he's
who's
a real
ordering
one.
all the Amazon packages.
He's gonna spoil me.
You ain't used my credit card for that shit.
That is the problem my wife and I have right now, is that both of our credit cards are linked to the Amazon thing, and I always forget to change the fucking card when I go put something in.
Well, speaking of wives, I gotta get back to mine. So I appreciate you guys inviting me on here, though. This has been a lot of fun.
You want to make some picks for this weekend before you go?
Some picks. SVG is the only pick.
Well, Bailey already took SVG, so you got to pick
And
a
I'll
non-SVG.
take Chase Elliott. He's on a roll.
There we go. All right, Nick. Thanks
Later,
for
guys.
hopping on
I'll
here,
talk
brother.
to you later.
Yes,
Godspeed.
sir.
If I can get out of here.
All right, we've lost one, but I don't know. I'm fucking bullshitting as long as we're bullshitting until.
No, you're losing me.
Oh shit!
I'm kidding.
There we go.
The note.
The switcheroo. Yeah, no, fucking awesome weekend. We even like talked about the race really yet? Like,
The crashes. I feel like we've hit everything that mattered
The
in
high
the race.
high marks.
I went to Xfinity. I have literally nothing to add. Good for Nick Sanchez.
Poor
I'm
Austin
glad
Hill.
fucking Austin Hill didn't win again. Thank
Yeah.
fucking God.
I mean, it's technically a RCR car, but I mean, at least it wasn't Austin Hill or Jesse Love. Again,
Oh, and that thing didn't end till like 12:30. Me and Cooper stayed the whole time. Like,
I'm just
I got
so out
sleep.
on the two lower series. I don't care at all about them this season. I literally
Truck Series
am
been
the
the best
most
fucking
like.
product.
That's what
Yeah.
I've heard. I am the most like generic NASCAR fan now because it's like cup or nothing for me.
dude, Xfinity's good. Truck's fucking terrible. Like,
What?
I
Truck
like a
does
lot
not
of the
make-
young guys. Yeah,
Truck. I mean, it's Heim just dominates every fucking race, and it's
Time,
just like,
time, baby.
It's
Oh,
time
can he
time.
finish it or
every
not?
every
But besides that, though, the racing I think has been pretty decent.
not for like the last month.
I gotta say, Phil, we've sat at Wings a couple times, and we've said these are some boring fucking races. Watching some of those truck races,
Yeah, I mean, Lime Rock for sure.
Lime Rock
Rock
sucked.
sucked.
That was not a.
Wasn't
That's not a
Michigan good?
stock car track.
Michigan was not good. Nashville was
Pocono
not
had the
good.
fuel saving, which was interesting.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was good fucking racing right there. That's
glad Lane Riggs won.
you can't say fuel savings good racing when every time we race at Daytona or Talladega, people are I fucking hate fuel saving. Like this ain't racing.
I think there's a point to that though, because you have a pack of cars that are capable of running in a pack at almost 200 miles an hour. And I don't know. Like I think on a super speedway, it's just a different look when you say it's a fuel saving race.
Got the fuel cells down to 11.
There's no
gallons.
reason that a car by himself should be outrunning the whole pack of cars.
Boys, I hate to, but 10 o'clock has struck, and I will be making my exit from the show.
Am I the only one drinking? By the way, we got to fucking.
You still
push
have
Peach.
Peach?
So I just before you go, I had to tell this story. Cooper had a stash of 42 Bush peaches that he had been saving since last year, and I was able to barter a deal. It included an exchange with a Kevin Harvick Gravedigger shirt that I had to get these from him, but I now
That's a
have
typical Cooper deal right there.
Yeah, he
It's
got
like-
he got a sick ass shirt, and you got expired beer.
I'm gonna drink one right fucking now.
I'm gonna drink one right fucking now.
Goddamn right, brother.
Hey, it's had more time to ferment, dude. It's
You're lucky
probably
I didn't
more
have a
than
chance
it
to
was.
shotgun it.
Shit, should I shotgun one?
Will you?
I'll do it.
I'll stick around if you want to do one. I'll stick around for you to do one.
Hey, this is for Chase. I'll do it.
Do it for
It's
Chase.
RJ Jr.
Look out for the rubber ass.
Yeah, make sure nothing's in the background. Hold on, turn your phone the other way. Yeah. There we go.
I see it. It's right there on the sink. Don't you see it?
That's a cool Austin Dillon flag you have.
Put that gun in your mouth. You ain't the real 3.
Shotgun and a beer for Chase.
He just bit it. I am impressed.
Hey, ring the siren before you do it.
No, you got to ring the siren. You're the siren
no,
guy.
Hold on, then it won't be on. Cody, you got to do your siren while I'm
Yeah,
trying.
you got to do yours.
You ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
I couldn't even get it going, dude. I'm dry.
You didn't let him moisten up first.
Because I'm dry.
I ran out of my drink a while ago. My invisible drink. All right, I'm outie 5,000.
Hey, we need some picks before you go.
All right. Is Truck or Xfinity running?
Xfinity.
Okay.
SVG is running Xfinity.
And Connor Zilch. It's SVG or Connor Zilch.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Gonna take Shane and Xfinity, and then for the Cup, give me Bowman the Showman for a back-to-back at Chicago.
Shane is plus 180 to win the Cup race, by the way.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I
Max
totally see
Verstappen
him
odds.
winning. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that Shane wins, but I think Bowman, I mean, he's had a pretty decent season. And he's been like within striking distance. He's just not been able to strike. I think this is a place he could strike.
Hey, he almost did this past week.
Yep.
Hey, real quick before you go, Cody, like that's one topic we didn't talk about. That, like, did you guys have any like issue or any? Because like there were people mad, like, oh, Bowman fucking should have. Of course, he fucking helped the Golden Boy win. Like, or like, did anybody actually have an issue with that, or it's like it's the last lap, you're not gonna push somebody past your teammate, like.
It was the only shot Bowman had to win.
You want to watch the last little bit here?
It was the only shot Bowman had to win was to go around Brad.
Well, Bowman probably would have had a better chance to win if he pushed Brad, but you're not going to take that risk.
For sure. You're going to be castrated by Mr. H first off if you do that.
But like, so does anybody have like any objection to that, or is it like, yeah, like of course he's going to like not risk pushing Brad past his teammate that hasn't won in over a year?
My opinion, it's every man for himself. Fuck teammates.
Yep.
Yeah, when it gets to this late in the race, especially, just go.
But if you're Bowman, you're Bowman, you're on wobbly footing at Hendrick anyway. So like, if you push Brad past Chase and lose that race for the team, that might be what puts Carson Hocevar in the 48 if you fuck that up.
But at the same time, though, if he doesn't make that move and push Brad and get a chance to go by him himself and go for a win,
then he's just pushing Brad for third place.
Right. I think at this point, like, he's in a no-win situation, no matter how you look at it.
For his best move for him to win would have been to push Brad into 3 and then split out from Brad into 3, and then it would have been like a 3-wide finish, probably.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I think this right here was the nail in the coffin for his chances of winning, truly.
And also, Reddick had a chance to block Chase when Chase made the move for second, and Reddick didn't take that block, and Reddick stayed where he was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like everything like timed out perfectly for Chase in this.
Yeah, Reddick has the advantage there. He could
right there. He could have thrown a block right there, and he didn't do it.
I think he started to. I also think that had he thrown that block, he would have ended up in the fucking catch fence.
See, I don't think Chase is the kind of guy that
Carl
would have
Edwards.
like. That
I don't
would've,
think there would have
like,
been a way to avoid it.
I think Chase would have lifted though if he threw the block. Like
Watch this, dude. I don't know. It's tight.
right here, like right here. He could if he goes down. I think Chase lifts there.
He didn't commit to going down. He started to come down, but then he didn't just commit all the way to it.
Yeah, I think Chase
that could be on a
runs him
spotter
over.
too, though.
Yeah.
Can we get the Titanic music behind this for playing?
All right, let's take it down a notch here.
All right. Anyway, I'm out. Yeah. So SVG.
Thank you for coming on here, Cody.
Bowman gonna get it done. Yeah. No, for sure. Thanks for inviting me. Glad I could come and rep Chase one more time.
The Chase is back party, baby.
Yeah. Dig, baby, dig.
Hey, the brand new hat in the rig this weekend, by the way. This thing was fucking sweet.
It's the Independence Day special.
Goddamn right, baby.
Toby Keith
America,
would have worn that hat.
1776. We are the champs.
Yeah, we're 3-time world champions.
What's the third?
The Civil War, Revolutionary War, and then World War II.
So World War I's not even in there.
Yeah. No, that one doesn't count. That one was just rough for everyone.
Trench warfare wasn't fun.
And then the
Yeah,
Spanish
no.
flu came back too.
Yep. Just a bad time. Then we were like, right after that, dude. Yeah,
Fuck
we have
yeah.
Black Tuesday. So,
America. Fuck yeah. Dude, I was watching that movie again last week. All
It's
timer.
Matt
It's
Stone
all
and
right.
Trey Parker.
boys, take it easy. Have fun. Godspeed. I'll see you all around.
I'd
See
say
you
it was a
later,
pleasure,
Cody.
Cody, but it wasn't.
I do. I love to salute, but I've got to remember that like the angle I'm at right now makes it a little bit difficult. So,
Easy, Elon.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, Godspeed. Go Bubba.
See you, Codester.
Bye.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys can tell me to fucking wrap this thing up whenever you're fucking.
You can fucking
want
wrap
me
this
to,
thing
but
up, man.
but I'm down for some more bullshitting unless you guys want me to put the clamps on it. It's up to you.
Dude, tomorrow's my Friday.
Do the picks. And
So is that keep bullshitting or is that?
That's I need to make it through one more day.
Okay. Is anybody else drinking beer? Or-
No.
I've got
I'm
3
saving my-
empties already here.
I'm saving my beer drinking for
Hey,
Friday.
everybody
Saturday,
grab a beer because
Sunday.
we're gonna do one more toast and then we'll get into some picks and wrap this thing up. Grab a beer, Jacob. Phil's got one. Jacob, you need to go get a beer.
Phil's got a fucking LaCroix.
LaCroix, but whatever. dude.
Jacob, go grab a fucking beer. God damn it.
I don't have any here. I'm out.
Phil, you can come over here and grab a beer whenever you want.
That's a
There you
little
go. He's
far
going
to
to
come
get
get a
one.
beer, bro.
We bullied him into it.
Dude, we never got to ask Jacob if he stole that from a Walmart too.
Jacob, did you steal that junior from a Walmart? Hey, did you steal that junior from a Walmart?
No, I got it at like a church fall festival.
Ah.
He stole it from the church fall festival?
No, I bought it.
All right, everybody put your beer up. All right. We had debatably, but I will say definitively, the best race of the next gen era in the Cup Series. And goddamn, 44 races. We don't got to hear about it no more. Number 9 is back in victory lane. Cheers, boys.
Woo.
All right. Hell yeah. All right, fuck it. Chicago's coming up this weekend. Jacob's going. You excited,
Yeah,
man?
I'm excited.
Fuck yeah. I went to Chicago last year. I'm kind of jealous you're going this weekend. I would love to go again. It was a fucking awesome experience.
I
How do
know.
you guys feel about the street course, AJ, Phil? Like, are you guys a fan? Or?
If we could get one that doesn't rain, it'd be nice.
Yeah, I hope it don't freaking downpour on Sunday. It's looking like it's just gonna be sprinkles.
I like
today.
it because it's challenging. It's not like any other road course we go to, so it gives them more of a challenge. And the bridges and the different surfaces they go over, given different traction and everything else, I think it's good. I know they're talking about adding a few other ones. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, and I went last year. It is a fucking. This might be the last Chicago street
It
race.
might
It might.
be.
It might not. We'll see what happens with that.
I've
This is
seen
the last.
San Diego next year, of course, known to the Spaniards.
But they might do both street races though, because like they just got NASCAR got a $5 million grant from the city of Chicago, I think, for something with the street race. So I mean, maybe it sticks around and we have 2 street courses next year.
I think from what it sounds like, there's conflicting reports with Chicago that it's going to be back on the schedule, and that like the San Diego street course is going to take away from like Mexico City or somewhere like that.
Did you
That's
guys
the biggest rumor right now?
Did you guys watch Hocevar? Like his tour of Chicagoland? Like, by the way,
I did.
That place does not look like it's like, because people are talking about it coming back next year. That place did not look like it's like ready to come back next year.
They need some landscaping done.
I mean, it had weeds growing up in the track, and like the facility, like the like when you could see like the glimpses of like the garages and stuff when he showed them, like the buildings just all look fucking rotted and not maintained. Like the tunnel was like he was like scared to go in the tunnel because it looked so disgusting. Like, so
Give it a week. They'll be able to fix that in a week.
let's see. But all right, so this is how we do our picks on here, AJ and Phil. You can't pick. There's no repick, so it's like whoever picks first. Like you got to pick somebody different. There's no Xfinity, SVG is off the board. Cup, SVG, and Bowman are off the board. And also, we give the odds when we pick. So, if you got like gambling apps you use or whatever, and you can pull up some betting odds, we give the odds. And then we do a underdog top 10 for Cup. So you look at the top 10s for Cup. I'll give like a cutoff point. I'll look right now, and you can't pick anybody past that point for a top 10. So it's like a long shot guy to get a top 10 that you think is good value, which I will say for Cup right now, I will pull it up and give the cutoff point. So for Cup, I'll say it has to be, we'll say Joey Logano is the first one you can pick. Austin Cindric's plus 180. You can't pick him. I don't think that's enough of a long shot. So Joey Logano in longer odds you can pick for your top 10. But yeah, we'll get into some picks. We'll start with Xfinity. If I can find Xfinity race odds, I don't even see them. If not, we might just be making regular Xfinity picks. What app do you guys use for betting, by the way?
Hard Rock when it lets me.
I was about to say, yeah, you're in Florida. I can't even bet on any of these. I live in Alabama, so I'm still on like betting with a bookie, but I can still look on FanDuel and stuff.
I just use FanDuel. For when
He's
I
got
bet
old Mike
racing.
and his cousin coming after him with a baseball bat. You
All
are
right,
the bookie.
Are you? All right, FanDuel has Xfinity betting odds. So fuck it. I'll go first, but I will leave. SVG's off the board. Cody took him. Bailey did not make an Xfinity pick. I won't take Zilich and be a dick. I'll leave him for somebody else who wants to pick him. I will take. He was good at Mexico. He finished second. I will take Taylor Gray plus 3,400 for my Xfinity pick. We'll we'll go in order of how we are on the screen. So we'll go AJ, Jacob, Phil, and then we'll snake it for the Cup race. So Cup will be Phil, Jacob, AJ, me.
I'll take Zilich. I'll be
plus
the guy.
130, plus 135 for Zilich. SVG is minus 110 going into the Xfinity race, which is insane.
Yeah.
Jacob, you got next.
Since SVG and Zilich are off the board, I guess give me Justin Allgaier.
You got your odds pulled up, or you need me to read them?
I don't have them pulled up.
Okay.
Feels like, damn it, you took Allgaier from me.
Jacob, pull up a betting app. Pull up FanDuel for your when we do the top tens. By the way, you need to pick somebody Joey Logano or longer odds. Allgaier's plus 20. Allgaier's plus 2,200. And Phil, who you got for Xfinity?
Give me Matty D.
Oh shit, we're going. Let me see what kind of odds we got on that.
Matty D runs good at road courses.
Plus 40,000. So you can play $10 to make $400 on that.
Are we doing top tens now?
That's $4,000.
Are we doing long shots?
That's for Cup. All right, so we're going Cup winners next. It's going Phil, Jacob, AJ, me. And you can't take SVG or Bowman. So who you got for your Cup winner, Phil?
Give me Ty Gibbs.
All right, let me. Do you have your odds pulled up, or do you need me to read them?
I don't. If you can read it for me.
Yeah,
Ty
I can
Gibbs
read it.
on Hard Rock is minus. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at top tens. Ty Gibbs plus 1,100.
All right, he is plus 5,500 on fan. Oh, that's championship. Hold on.
yeah, easy guy. Fuck.
Plus 1,200 on.
Trav's about to go start laying down bets for this weekend on Ty Gibbs.
I was like, hold the fuck up. Good
Blood ain't
value.
even gonna be in the fucking playoffs.
Jacob, do you got your FanDuel pulled up?
Yeah, I do.
All right, who you got for Cup? You can't pick SVG, Bowman, or Gibbs. All three off the board.
Or Elliott.
Give me Kyle Larson for this weekend.
All right, what's his odds?
900.
All right.
Plus 900.
Yeah, AJ meant Nick picked Elliott, so Elliott's off the board as well.
Well, hell, if you guys are just gonna leave him for me, I'll take AJ Allmendinger plus 2,000.
The dinger. He hasn't run that good at Chicago though.
It don't matter. That guy's gonna get a road course win at some point this year.
All right, I will finish our winner picks, and I will go with the guy who damn near won this race last year if he didn't hit the wall probably. Give me Tyler Reddick plus 1,200. And then I will circle it back around for top tens. So, like I said, for top tens, I'm cutting the line at Joey Logano, which is plus 3,300. That's plus 330, and that's on DraftKings. So I haven't seen top tens on FanDuel, so you might need to go to Jacob. I told you to go on Fan. Sorry, I'm fucking drunk, but Jacob, pull up DraftKings for your top tens if you can, real quick. So Joey and longer for top tens. And then we'll circle it back around for those. I did the same thing at Mexico and it hit. So I'm gonna go with this one for my top 10 at Chicago. I'll go plus 450 Cole Custer. He's a good little road racer. He was good on road courses in Xfinity. He finished 6th at Mexico. So I think he can have a good run this weekend. So plus 450 Cole Custer for my Cup top 10. AJ?
I'll take Ryan Preece plus 400.
Good pick. Jacob? Jacob, are you there?
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Somehow it got muted, but I guess I'll take Todd Gilliland at plus 450. finish top 10.
What were the odds on that? You cut out.
Plus 450.
Gotcha. And Phil,
Give me
you have
Josh
the odds.
Berry at plus 700.
Damn.
That's not a good road race, right?
There's a pull, Phil. That's gonna hit. I'm gonna place money on that.
He's been
Hey,
running good lately.
Shout out to Cooper and Bailey. They're Josh Berry's reps. So
He qualified well at Mexico City.
Did you see Josh Berry's gloves sold for the most on that junior auction with
Yeah, what the fuck
$5,000?
was up with
My
that?
response was Cooper and Bailey were battling each other. I know it.
Did you see Noah and Briscoe were in a bidding war for Briscoe's gloves? Because Noah said he wanted to buy them since he beat Briscoe in the tournament. And Briscoe said like he knew Noah was bidding on them, so he was the one jacking up the price.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting at home on Sunday and watching the race and watching the tournament play out. It'll be my first experience with the TNT broadcast, so we'll see how that is. I think we're about done, man. We're a little over 2 hours in. Longest rows 1 through 10 in a long time, but this is exactly what I wanted tonight. I figured we'd have a fucking party tonight because Chase is fucking back, baby.
Fucking easy on that. Let's tone that down a little.
Well, he was never gone. He just wasn't winning, but he was still running good. So
I wouldn't say he's back. He's here.
Was
He's
he ever
arrived.
gone though? He's been running
He's
good.
gotten here.
He's returned.
Was he ever? He was never gone though. He's been running good. He's back in victory lane.
Chase this year has been that guy where I look at the leaderboard and go, "Oh shit, we finished 8th."
Hey man, sometimes that's all it takes.
True.
Just ask Joey Logano.
I hope he Joey's a championship this year.
All right, I'll wrap this thing up. First of all, thanks guys for coming on here. I had a fun show. We'll have to do it
was a
again.
good
I need
show.
to get on.
This was
I
fun.
need to get on with you guys at some point. Let me know when you want to do it. When do you guys usually record?
We are live typically at noon on days of the Cup race, and I say days because typically it's Sunday, but then we have those random Saturdays thrown in.
I thought you tape it. I thought you. So
no, we're fully live.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Well,
fully
shit.
live, and then I think Daytona is going to be the next time where it's going to be a little wonky. We're probably going to go during the week at some point because we'll
I
both
miss
be in
this.
Daytona.
I missed this from Junior, by the way. We were talking about Team America World Police. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Great comment. I missed that one when we were talking about it. But I was watching the finals and they had a commercial with Matt Damon on it. And we were at a sports bar. I was with my buddy and I was just like, Matt Damon. And he had no idea what I was like referencing. Like, it's one of those, if you know, you know.
I've been hitting
I
the little
love
Nicky
how-
quotes lately.
I love how the Matt Stone and Trey Parker are gonna make him normal, like the puppet normal, but the puppet looked messed up, so they made him talk like that in Team America.
Fucking, what was it? Sean Penn like wrote the letter to them after that movie came out. Oh, what a fucking great movie. Yeah, go watch Team America World Police. If you're watching, you've never seen Team America World Police, it is a must watch all time.
100%.
But America, fuck yeah, bro. 4th of July. You guys got 4th of July plans? Before we
Get
go,
drunk.
what's everybody
Yes.
doing for the 4th of July?
Hanging
Get
out.
drunk, try to keep all my fingers.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah,
shooting
man.
off fireworks, having a big old party with my family up in Indiana.
I might do a desk pop. Who knows?
Oh,
That's pop.
oh, Death Pops.
When was your last desk pop, Phil?
1999.
September 08.
They were so convincing. Holy shit. Dude,
Oh, shit.
it's funny you reference that because like So me and my buddy Curtis, we were walking in at Chicago last year, and they had like a band playing like with bagpipes, and we were like, to this day, nobody knows why Dancing at Highsmith jumped. Some say it was pride. Fucking great shit, man. But
Hey, everyone calls me the Yankee Clipper because you shot Derek Jeter.
He's a biracial angel.
You should have shot A-Rod.
Yeah, should have been a shot A-Rod.
Holy fuck. Oh, man. I got so drunk last night, I think I thought a tube of toothpaste was astronaut food.
I'm watching that
Holy
when I get
fuck.
off of here now.
Oh, shit. Well, thank you guys. Clean Air Show. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you're subscribed. It's a fucking hell of a lot better show than this one. So if you enjoyed this one, definitely watch these guys because that's a
Sell
fucking
yourself short. Jesus.
that's a real show. This is just I don't know what the fuck this
We
is.
spent the first 15 minutes honking in a Morgan McClure Chevrolet. Me and Jacob, for anybody who doesn't watch, anybody who hasn't seen it, we got a college basketball One Shining recap show. That's my boy. We do that. We rep that together. So make sure you're checking that out. We'll probably pop. We're in the off season right now. We were supposed to do an NBA draft show this past week, but Chase Elliott won, so unfortunately I had no voice and that show wasn't able to happen. But we're still, I don't know, we'll try to do an NBA draft recap at some point. You still down for that, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm still down.
Might be a little dated at this point since we're a week removed, but we'll fuck it. Why not?
Do it along summer league.
But yeah. But thanks everybody for tuning in. 73 people watching. We appreciate the hell out of you for watching right now. If you're not following Rose 1 through 10 on Twitter and subscribe to Rose 1 through 10 and Sectator Media on YouTube, make sure you do that. Because we got the shows going. One Shining Recap on Twitter, Clean Air Show on Twitter. The whole shebang. We're trying to build this thing up. So, but we really, really, really appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'd appreciate you even more if you like, subscribe, give us a follow. Just join in for the fun, man. Because we love to do it, and they're great shows. We're all doing this for the love of the game, man. We're not making any money off of this shit. So it's a great time. But yeah,
Lost a
thanks
little
everybody.
bit, actually.
I'm rich, biatch.
What'd you say?
I said
I
I
didn't
lost a
hear.
little bit.
Honestly, facts. That's a sweet banner you got. We've been doing Rose 1 through 10 for 5 years, and we still don't have any fucking banners like that.
Hey, it was free 99. We ain't gonna sit here and act like it was paid for.
That's our new autograph item for Daytona.
Yeah, I'm gonna start bringing that to racetracks, try to get it signed.
Fuck yeah, man.
Have a
What'd you
whole
say?
tent set up. I said have a whole tent set up for.
No, we're
the
not.
podcast.
We're not Eric.
All right. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week for more of the fun. And the Clean Air Show will be live Sunday. So make sure you tune into them. And we'll holler at you at the next one. Maybe it'll be back-to-back Chase wins, and we'll fucking do this all over again.
My liver can't handle that.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, subscribe, follow. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall be back.
Later.